Alrighty then. Let me close that. Well. What's up, y'all? I'm on the right stream, right? Okay, cool. Cool. Everything's going correctly, hopefully. Let's see here. I know this was kind of a last second stream, but I mean, that's what I typically do. Could you expect anything less? All right, unmuted. Are you going for the 1K drop? Yeah, if I have gems in my, I do have enough gems in my account right now, but who knows? I actually might buy something between now and when that drop happens. So, what's up, guys? Mason Fuzzy? No, I did not get an Iron Man. I probably could, but dude, check out the new emotes. Let's go. Dude, look at those emotes. Look at those emotes, dude. Can you guys read that, by the way? I might have to do a, what do you call it? Like a survey or a poll and see if you guys can see it. Because if worst case scenario is I can remove that border and then make the words bigger, or like the words bigger. But yeah, so that's the 4 emotes we have now. I'm always down to change them. Probably the only ones I wouldn't change are the Veve and Vibes, but like, as I get more members, maybe we can vote on which ones that want to stick around and stuff. But regardless, yeah, the 1,000 gem drop. If I have enough gems, I'll definitely go for it at the time. But if I see a really, really good deal, or if I just see something crazy in the meantime, like maybe I'll pick something else up and I'll just skip the 1K gem drop. But yeah, we'll see, because I barely have enough gems. I technically could do both drops, and if I get super lucky, I could get the 300 gem drop, the static version. Yeah, but part of me also wants to buy the static version in the secondary market in case it's like really low on the market, and then I could just flip it. Because like honestly, if there's a static for below like 600 gems, I'll probably just grab it, knowing that the market could do one of those things where it starts high, it goes low, and then it just like rebounds back up because people start buying it up. Like once people find the actual bottom, it starts like going back up pretty quickly. So we'll see. Sorry, I'm eating. Hobby says, buy comics. My comic portfolio is down only 10% in comparison to the collectibles, which is down 50% at minimum. That is true. I will say it's a balancing act, right? So it depends. I feel like if you are, I mean, because the thing is, like, if you 2 months from now, you know, if MTL's out, let's say end of March, everyone does all their stuff, but like 2 months from now, who knows? Like maybe those same collectibles are actually up 250%, because collectibles can do that, and then now you're in the more profitable than you are with the comics. So nothing against comics, like I still want to invest in comics, but it's just slow and steady income, right? I think comics are fantastic if you have extra gems to keep putting in the app constantly, right? But if you only, or you know, more fiat to put into the app, but if you only have so many and you just don't have the ability to put in extra gems, and you can only work with so many gems, and you do want to play the market, comics are good, like don't get me wrong, but I think like for a flipper thing, it's not so much, in my opinion. sick play for Veve. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Sir Woody, congrats on 2 subs. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. When we don't get the drop, we will buy other collectibles. Probably. We might see a slight bump shortly after the 007 drop. But I would think that what's going to happen is instead of the market seeing a slight uptick and like it's going to do fine, or like, I'm talking slight uptick, like it's not going to just recover and everything is back to normal. But we might see a slight uptick in the market kind of across the board after the 007 drop. Unless, in typical Veve fashion, it would not surprise me if they do this at all. They're just going to do an announcement for a Monday drop, Saturday between the 2 drops. So, you know, we're going to have the drop at 8 a.m. Pacific time and then probably sometime around 10:30 or 11 Pacific time. We'll probably have an announcement saying, blah, 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 this IP is dropping on Monday, and it could be a big deal, could not be a big deal, you know, whatever it is. I think it's going to be maybe a big deal. I don't think it's going to be massive. It's probably not going to be as big as Black Panther, but I could definitely see it being some sort of superhero or whatever, you know, for Black History Month and stuff, so. I can see it. Really wish I could pawn my C3PO to go for the drop tomorrow. Nah, dude, just keep it. It's okay. So according to the app, I mean, if you open the app, there's even less than we thought, right? So even though there's 514, because you go to put the 507 and the 7 together of the secret rare Aston Martins. Yeah, the blind box. Interactive. Okay, so this secret rare. Veve's actually keeping 90 of them. No, they're keeping, 90 of the 500. So instead of getting 507, we're only getting 417, and then plus the 7. So we're going to be short 90 vehicles for the 507, but they're not keeping any of the 7s. So. Dream Hawaii looks good. Thanks, man. Yeah, those are the emotes I've been working on the other day. I really wish... yeah, sorry, I do read that. On Disney Plus, what's good to watch? Star Wars or Marvel? I think both. Should watch both. John Flanken. Hey, 2K subs. Congrats. Yeah, I think I'm like barely at 2K subs. Like I checked this morning and I was like exactly at 2K. So was hoping this was 007 airdrop. Own all sets, maybe hopefully in the future we 007 collect or something. I don't know. Genuine. I think it's like genuine, but it's spelled maybe a little bit differently. Yeah, and so far it seems like only the independent artists are like the only ones so far that have done any kind of like airbox drop. I know we've had Ron English, we've had Frank Kozik, right? I forgot who else, but so far all of the airdrops that have happened have only been independent artists. None of them have been like big name companies or anything like that. So I don't know if it's just, I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's a contractual thing. Maybe Veve contracted with Disney and all those other companies like really early on, and like the independent artists were like later, and then they came up with the idea or the technology for an airdrop. Like I'm not entirely sure, but would be cool if we got some more airdrops though. But it does seem though like the airdrops don't really, I mean they do well, like don't get me wrong. I guess it depends on what the airdrop is itself. But it seems like once the airdrop happens, people tend to sell off the originals because they've kind of worn out their utility, let's say. So, because that's exactly what happened with these serial killers. Like, people were hoping for like an airdrop, and it did happen twice technically. And then people just sold off. They're like, well, I just bought all these for the airdrop, and now that it's it, that's done. Welcome to Rare Royalty. Wow, dude, John, thank you so much. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe. I appreciate that. So you got Rare Royalty, which makes you, that's a tier 2 level. So not this stream, but I think once we get more people at that tier 2 sub, what I'm going to do is at the end of most of my streams, I'm going to section off a 30-minute segment. So if I stream, let's say 2 hours a day, the first hour and a half of the stream is a normal stream, but the last 30 minutes is going to be exclusively for tier 2 subs or members. So you guys get my undivided attention. Occasionally I'll bring on other VV influencers or like content creators to like give information. I'm going to do polls and stuff for future content you guys can give me feedback on, and or, you know, emote updates. If you guys want to see his particular influencer on, like the next time we do it, that kind of stuff. So I might go to secret rare in the future. Yeah, I'll have to add more. I just kind of put it there because I was trying to figure out like the YouTube utility thing or whatever, and or like the membership thing, and they had like 3 tiers. So I think I could add more tiers, but I wasn't really sure what to do for the secret rare thing. Because I was gonna do common gang, rare royalty, and then secret rare society, obviously. Then like there's a higher tier you can do, which obviously is like $50, or you can do 100, which I'm like 100 seems a lot. I don't even know what I would do. I'd probably like for secret rare, I might give out like, because I do have 2 phones. I have like my personal phone. I have a secondary phone number, so I might like give out my secondary phone number so if people want to text me questions or anything like that. About trades, I might do some like escrow stuff for people like in that group. If they do want to trade amongst each other, I could just escrow it and make it super easy. I don't know like what I would add additional value. I just wanted to keep it super simple and just be like, yeah, we got some cool emotes, and there's gonna be like a 30-minute post stream thing where the members can just hang out. The normal stream ends and the members can just hang out. We could talk about, you know, we could talk about Veve, or we could talk about literally anything. Like, it doesn't really matter. But John, you are the FA member of my stream or my channel, and I really appreciate that, dude. Back to answering a bunch of questions. Let's go. Was hoping, yeah. How do you know a drop is happening Monday? No, not Monday, or no. Because so usually Veve, when they announce a drop, typically they give you at least a 48-hour notice. So Saturday, it just makes sense because we have no drop Sunday, from what I've heard, and then the last day of February, you know, Black History Month. I do think we're gonna either get, I mean, at the very least a comic, but we could get a 3D collectible drop. That's just my guess. And I think it's very Veve fashion where like the second the hype is at its highest and it starts not dying down, but it's like, oh, there's one Aston Martin. Okay, the secret rare one's going to be crazy. And like after the market, I'm going to, you know, buy a bunch of stuff. And then they're like, wait, big drop Monday. You're not going to buy anything on the market because now you got to save gems for this drop on Monday. So I don't know, but let's see. Hope it's Miles Morales last week in the month. Hobby, I believe. I hope so too, but I think it's pretty much confirmed that Miles Morales is not happening. Alex G was actually hanging out in Vivian 3's stream like 2 days ago. And he said in there, like, we're not getting Miles. Someone's like, oh, you guys are just waiting for Miles Morales, right? And they're like, no, we're not getting Miles. I think it was also on Twitter too. Someone shouted at Alex G saying, y'all are just waiting to drop Miles Morales out. And he's like, no Miles this month. So unfortunate, but we could get, like I said, there's still Blade, there's still Spawn. I think Spawn would do extremely well on the app. I know he's associated with not DC, but then something indirectly, but it is with Todd McFarlane directly, because Todd McFarlane invented Spawn. He made Spawn. So that's why I think he's going to do so well. But yeah, there's a few other characters I'm probably missing too, but I don't know what it's going to be. When accounts get taken, say botters, what happens to their collectibles? Do they come off in the total number? As far as I know, they're pretty much like locked out of their account for an extended period of time. I think even they're still trying to figure it out. Some people said that, or there's been times where they said that basically they're just locked out of their account for a very, very long period of time. Or if they complete a KYC process, they can maybe get their account back, but it's just like a very heavy-handed warning. I've also heard like they can take their potentially take their collectibles away if they are legitimate botting and they do more thorough research and like the account is like an alternate account and all it does is bot. They might take the collectible away and do it for giveaways. Like, who knows? Like, I don't even think Veve knows what they're going to do if they do lock up a bot. Probably right now, all they're doing is just locking up the account, and they're probably trying to figure out, all right, should they give them access? Should they take away the NFT? Should they refund them the NFT and then put it back on the, not back on the market, but find some other alternative way where they can like give it back to the community or something like that? I'm not entirely sure. I don't even think Veve knows what they're going to do. So, because I've heard like 2 or 3 conflicting like viewpoints or like the ways they go about it. So But John Franklin, thank you again, man. I might go super rare in the future. Yeah, we'll see. I really want to add, and that's the thing. It's like I would love to just, donations are always great. People do them, intermittently, which is appreciated. But I also want to like give value too, and try to give people either my undivided attention, the intelligence of other content creators. I would also like to just, in general, just do more fun shit. I feel like sometimes in my stream, when I watch other people's streams, not that like we don't have fun here. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do have a lot of fun talking with you guys, but when we're just number crunching incessantly and it's like very granular information, it can't get tiring, probably for you guys as well as for me. So occasionally I do want to do fun stuff. Maybe I'll do some fun streams where either I don't want to play like random video games and stuff like that, but maybe I'll do some community based stuff in the future. Like, I would love like VR Veveverse stuff, which is, years away in my opinion, or at least the end of this year. Then I would love to do like membership group things where we like play games on stream and it's just my members, like the high-end members and stuff. But yeah, chart for Todd and I say Super Walt. I was like, chart for Todd, Superman, and Walt. Cool. Vker, what's up, dude? Vker, dude, I love your name. I thought it was so funny. It's like Vivi and Recur. But I'm assuming you're investing in both projects, right? I think you've talked about Recur before. Francisco Leal, hello. Thumbs up. Let's go. Let's look up Todd. I think Todd is down a pretty good amount, right? 7K. Okay, maybe not. He was down really low at one point. I could have sworn someone floored a Todd at like 5.9K at one point. Down here. Maybe it wasn't that cheap, but maybe it did happen and just the chart didn't pick it up. Yep, I mean, people have been buying Todds for pretty cheap for a while. Plus we also, like the early days of, I say early days of Todd, but early on the app, there are people that knew Todd would do very well. Like it's a one of a one, it's the first one on the app, first Batman, first stuff. And on top of that, it's, I think there are quite a few people that have stacked Todds. I've said this before, but there are some people out there that do have 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 plus Todds that just occasionally when they want to sell it on the market because of a drop, they do that. They almost treat Todds the same way as like, even though the budget's a bit different, you remove, 2 or 3 zeros off the end. But basically, some people did to Todd what they're doing to like common comics. Some people are like, all right, I could either have 400 gems in my account, or I could just buy 20 common comics, and then over the course of the next 6 months, anytime I need to have gems for a drop, that 20 gem comic is now worth 23 gems, so I could just sell it for profit. People just treat it as their little wallet, right? Or like their wallet. And some people do that with Todd, and I'm not saying this is the only reason why it's dipping. Obviously, it's just a gem squeeze, and some people are entertaining the idea of like, all right, should I just sell a Todd and like I can get an R2D2, C3PO, a couple lenticular cards, or I could buy, this FA NFT. Like people are thinking that stuff. So this is Todd. Had a low of 6,300. Right now he's at 7K. I could have sworn he went down to like 5.9 like very briefly yesterday. Maybe I'm just not seeing that. Or maybe it happened very briefly, and like I said, the market chart just didn't pick it up for the most part. Total listings are relatively high. Obviously, we would like to see them down here in like low hundreds or below 100, but right now it's kind of sitting up in the upper end of the hundreds. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting how this is playing out. Eventually, I do want to get a Todd. It is a huge OG piece to own, right? But at the same time, I just don't have enough. I just don't have enough gems for him. So there's Todd. We'll look at Superman. Superman is just getting choke slammed during this this gem squeeze, dude. 3 grand. That is really rough. I do not know what his deal is. I could probably piece some stuff together, but like I said, I think I literally said yesterday, like I could see Superman going down to like 2,500 because the level of because people have been buying them for quite some time back here. This is where the retest is. Like I noticed some of the NFTs during this gem squeeze is kind of getting stuck at this like little retest that happened like the first week of January. But if it can go below that, like it could go down to 2K, but I think it's mostly going to get stuck around like the 2,500 gem mark. Off Time Jive, welcome to Rare Royalty, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe. I appreciate that. I'll do more shit on the screen, on the stream for members and stuff. But I really appreciate it, dude. And then I think as we get more people, maybe once we get like 5, 10, maybe 15, I don't know how many members I would need for the Rare Royalty League or level to start doing actually like private streams for 30 minutes. But maybe once we get like 5 or 10, not this stream, but like next week, I'll probably definitely do a couple streams with just you guys exclusively, so you guys can kind of pick my brain, or we can talk Veve, or we can bring on certain content creators to talk. So this is Superman. Let me open it. And you guys can see me, right? Okay, I honestly didn't. Probably should have like checked the stream before I started the stream. The listings are getting on the lower end for the most part. I do think that the wall for Superman in general, just the walls are thin, right? The listings are low, the prices are low. But even then, like even as it goes up, like Superman's gonna be one of those NFTs after the whole gem squeeze is over, or like maybe towards the tail end of it and things start pumping again. Superman's gonna be one of those NFTs that's gonna like pump to 4K, you know, or like 4.5, like overnight, or within like 3 or 4 hours, and then people are gonna start selling it off because they realize there's profit to be made. Then it's gonna go back down to 3.5, then it's gonna go up to 5. Then like it's just gonna have to work twice as hard to go up because the profit margin, right? The 2.5% fee, and all that stuff. So that's where I see Superman being, and I think a lot of the Batmans are going to follow the same thing too, right? That's just my opinion. But the listings are pretty low, and I was actually pulling up Superman in the meantime. Superman. Yeah, 3K right now for Superman. Oh, I forgot to pull up the app. Shoot. This is what I wanted to do. And I also need your guys' help to come up with badges as well, because I do want to come up with like cool badges you guys to take. No, man, happy to help. Love this channel. Oh yeah, appreciate it. This is, at the very least, I wanted to at least like give you guys some additional value, or at least some like exclusive content, because I know quite a few of you guys do donate pretty frequently, and I always appreciate that. So let's see. Okay, cool. Got it up. And then this is not right. Let's do this. So let's look at the floor of Superman. So 3K, so it's a 500 gem swing on the front page, but my listing has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 listings on the front page because I have small text on. Yeah, it's crazy. He's 22 listings away from 4.4K. So he's basically 22 listings away from going up 50% in value. Yeah, the floors are just in general, Superman are just very thin. But I think the issue right now is like maybe there's some people that believe that C-3PO, or maybe 2 Iron Mans, or whatever the equivalent is of 3K, might do better than Superman. And I think that's a valid question, right? So I do think that's part of the reason why Superman is down pretty significantly. And again, people have just been buying them for super cheap. Like it's kind of crazy to think, but in hindsight, it just makes sense. Like you're looking at a chart like this, and if something just flies up, so it's at 1500 at one point. When something goes up to, when something legitimately does a 6x, you know, a 5x, whatever that percentage is, in 2 weeks, it's gonna go down. Like it just makes sense. And especially since it's, you know, people started taking profit immediately. Like the thing went all the way up to 8,000, and then just shot back down to 5,000 probably within a day. And then it just makes sense that like people are just gonna keep selling off because they've been buying it for so cheap. You know, some people bought it on the way up, obviously. But the walls were super thin on all of these. Like just in general, like when you go up that fast, like it gets to a certain point where like the first like 15 listings will go from 1,500 to like 2,500, but then the next 15 listings will, instead of going up 1,000, it'll go up like 3,000 the next 15 listings. So the next 15 listings will take you all the way up to here, and then the next 15 listings will take you all the way up to like 8K, because sometimes there's just huge gaps once you get to like the tail end of the market, right? That's just my thought process. So that's Superman. It's still in my opinion, it's a grail. I think it's the lowest tier grail of all the grails, in my honest opinion, just based off the market, how it's reacting. And there's a kind of a significant amount of mints, 888. or 8,888. So I don't think you can ever go wrong with buying Superman, but at the same time, like you just best be sure just that you're gonna hodl it for a while, for a good while. And the next one is Walt. I don't think it'll pull up Walt. I gotta put in like partners. Partners is below 25k or 25,000. Yeah, I think some people were asking me, not last stream, but the stream before. They were like, oh, I have 25. I think they had 25k in fiat or 25k in gems or something like that. And they're like, hey, I was thinking about buying a Walt. Do you think it'll go down? Because at the time it was at like, I think 28 or 27. It was like touching 25 a couple times. I'm like, dude, just wait, just hodl. I really think Walt's going to keep going down in price, and sure enough, it has. So I think the entire market right now is just hinging around MTL. Once we get some more formal announcements or some more hard dates with MTL, this gem squeeze is going to just continue. Prices are going to maybe not just keep nosediving, but they'll go down steady, and then there'll be times they'll spike up because of an announcement or a drop or, you know, a tweet or a movie trailer or whatever it is. Things will go up a bit and then go right back down. So if anyone's thinking, like, if we look at the golden moments, like, in my opinion, we're not going to see these kind of numbers. Like, let's look at, I don't know, let's look at Iron Man, whatever. I could buy an Iron Man right now if I wanted to, but so upset. I bought my Sorcerer's Hat at 4,400 gems. If I legitimately just waited 2 weeks, I could have bought 2 Sorcerer's Hats for 4,400 gems, but that's the way it works on Veve sometimes. So up here, so like this chart looks really bad, but it held its value really strong. But you got to look at the listings too. Like the listings weren't flying up and to the right. Listings are pretty flat. And this is like Iron Man's basically almost at an all-time low for listings. So that means the walls are pretty thin for it to rebound back up. But more importantly, like I said before, I really just don't see Iron Man getting back up to like above, let's say 2,500 until MTL is fully rolled out. There might be times he'll go up to 1.8 and then back down to 1.5 and then maybe 2.2, but then it'll go right back down to 1.3. Like it's going to do a lot of this, you know, occasionally. But if you really wanted to hit those higher levels, I think MTL needs to just be out. And we need to get more of the people that are selling for MTL into the hands of hodlers for the most part. Hello, I can't see the member button. It's it should be on stream and it's to the left of where it says subscribe, right? At least that's what I'm thinking. Maybe you have to refresh the stream, aka Bash. So yes, I got both ways, no pun intended. Hell yeah. Jerry Clow, Fantastic Four number 5 isn't going down. Interesting. Most comics are doing pretty well. At least I would say the higher end ones, right? Like the top 8. I said them before all the time, but number 5. Let's check it out really quick. What do you think of the Pitbull hoverboard? Back to the Future number 2 in the metaverse or in the Veveverse? It's so far off. Honestly, I did actually flip the Pitbull hoverboard like 2 or 3 times. I actually made good profits each time, but this was back during this kind of market, like during like late November, early December. That's when I was like flipping the Pitboard thing. I think I did like 2 or 3 times, then I made good profit each time. But just right now, like I wouldn't, me personally, I'm not speculate buying anything with the Veveverse, like hoverboards. The only thing I'm kind of bullish on, not bullish, but the thing I'm the most bullish on involving the Veveverse is just Marvel Mighties, because if they don't do a Veveverse or like a what's it called, a gamification with Marvel Mighties, at the very least you could fall back on the FA of Ghost Spider, of Green Goblin, of Doctor Doom, of Captain America, of you know, Human Torch. Like those are still FAs at the end of the day. Like they're still the first appearance, so at least you can fall back on that. But like hoverboards, you know, if there's not any gamification, or if they announce like, okay, we have the Veveverse, but look, the heavy NFT integration and all that stuff is not going to happen until like 2024, so you guys are gonna have to wait a bit longer. Like that's just, you know, people could panic and be like, well, why I even had this hoverboard? I'm gonna sell it, I'm gonna get rid of it possibly. Or it could be bullish information. Maybe people buy it up because they're like, oh, they're gonna add hoverboards, but it's just gonna be 2 years, right? So I tend not to buy things thinking it's gonna pay off on the Veveverse. The only ones that I think that might work out is, like I said, Marvel Mighties, because at least you could fall back on the FA of like pretty big characters like Doctor Doom and all that stuff, right? So or Spider-Man 29 or 2099, that kind of stuff. So it's like, even if the Veveverse gamification doesn't play out or just doesn't exist at all, at least you have an FA of like a very, very popular superhero. And plus, I just think the gamification of like Marvel Mighties and stuff might happen a bit sooner than like hoverboard integration for VR where you can like fly around and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but it's hard to speculate on the Veveverse because typically anything is possible, but also nothing is possible because we don't have any announcements, right? So Fantastic Four, yeah, it's just chilling. I think I covered this last time, but like Fantastic Four hasn't really gone much. This is why me personally, I want to invest in ultra rare and secret rares of comics eventually. I know I've been saying that for like over a week, but it's really hard to not, at least in my mind, think that, all right, I can stack some lenticular cards or maybe a golden moment and I can flip it once the MTL is done, and then I can go back and buy comics or whatever it is, right? It's just hard because when you invest in comics, you're locking up those gems for the most part. Like, you're not going to sell that anytime soon for the most part. That's just my take. And Fantastic Four #5 is the first appearance of Doctor Doom, in case you guys are wondering. I really like the art. I'm kind of upset. Maybe I'll show it on my phone. Kind of upset that it doesn't show it on the ecomi wiki side, but you know, ecomi wiki is getting updates and they're dealing with stuff, I'm sure. So let's see, comics, this one, got it. I'll even zoom in for you guys. Let's go. That's some cool looking art. I really like that art, like the ultra rare and the rare art. Secret Rare looks sick too. I do kind of like the look of that, like old school like look where they like take a panel and blow it up and like that's the cover. Like it seems like they take either the best looking panel or like the most iconic panel of the entire comic and then they make it like the Secret Rare cover, which I like a lot. So yeah, this looks really good. Doctor Doom is fantastic. I do think Doctor Doom is going to do some really big things in the MCU in the future. Plus, I just like the villain. Like, if you know anything about Doctor Doom, he's pretty damn powerful. If you know anything about him outside of the MCU, just look at the floor really quick, just for funsies. Plus, I'll move this over. Maybe I'll. Nah, it's covering that up. Let's leave that there. Yeah, there's one for below 800. Dude, that's crazy. The listings go from, and that's not, the good and bad thing about ultra rare and secret rare comics is that, you know, that sometimes those numbers can jump quite a bit, right? Like if you saw a collectible like with these kind of numbers, like you would buy it, right? You're just like, oh my God, like it's only, you know, 10 listings away from basically going up 50% from 800 to 1200. Like that's crazy. But with comics, it's just so few and far between. The sales don't happen that much, but that's also why it's so steady. It doesn't go down very fast, but it doesn't go up very fast either. So if you're into something more slow and steady and you just like, just mentally and emotionally just can't handle the gem squeezes or like the dips on the market, maybe comics are for you. Or just in general, like I do think comics are gonna do extremely well in the app, but like maybe it's just me being greedy, thinking like, well, we have more time, but no worries, man. Happy to help, of course. LeGroin James, sup, homie? Are you taking donations for giveaways? I'm happy to donate some gems or NFTs for giveaways to your fans. Yeah, LeGroin James. So I thought about if people do want to do donations and stuff, I was trying to think of kind of not like a more fun way to gamify stuff, but like if you were, because I'm trying to think of like a second account, because I still really want to do that whole community-based account where if people donate gems, if people want to donate gems to the account, what we do is we take those gems and I just ask the community like, hey, the account has 500 gems, what do we buy? And I can give a list of different things. Do we stack Storms, Groots? Do we buy you know, a couple lenticular cards? And then, you know, we buy stuff, and then as it goes up in value, we flip it. So basically it's like a community run account. And then once we hit certain thresholds, I'll do giveaways and stuff like that. So I'm not exactly sure 100% of like the details for the most part, but I do think something like that would be fun. So I don't know, I do like the idea of giveaways, but I'd rather do it in a way where like we can kind of kind of like use those gems and like a way to like learn the market, or just kind of do whatever. Like, yeah, we could like lose some gems and stuff here and there. Like, yeah, we'll buy stuff and it's down in price or whatever. But I think it's all in good fun. It's for a donation, and like people will do the giveaways, but not exactly sure how that would like play out. And then like, what do we do eventually? Do we like fully cash out the vault, do giveaways? You know, their donations, you know, to the community. So do I give, you know, I don't know. It's a cool idea. I'm just not exactly sure how I would go about it. So I'm not entirely sure. So I think something like that would be interesting. But not entirely sure. But I do like the idea. Like, if you do want to give away stuff, I probably should take like a screenshot of like my QR code so people can like send me stuff. As well. But that's the other thing too. I find it sometimes kind of hard to track that stuff if it's on like my main phone. So I'm not entirely sure. But I appreciate it, dude, that you want to donate some gems or NFTs to giveaways and stuff. I really appreciate that. That's actually like really nice of you. If they require KYC, it might be an issue. Yeah, I agree. That's the issue with like community run accounts. JP, I'm going to use my psychic powers and say Superman future valuation will be 15 to 55K by end of summer. Wow, that's a pretty hefty evaluation and a pretty wide range. It could very well be. It depends. I really think if, you know, crypto starts recovering, if we get MTL soon, we get maybe not OMI to NFT. I think that's, you know, they said OMI, that's going to be way later this year, so way after summer. But, you know, we can maybe get some celebrities on the platform. We start doing, like, not Veve does marketing, but we just do a lot of big name people do marketing for Veve. Yeah, stuff could really, really take off between now and the end of summer. But right now it's just a lot of unknowns, right? So, Nurch, if you saw, Spider-Man Uncommon is going for 370 gems and Daisy Duck is at 275. I did see those. I do know Daisy Duck has been hovering around 275 for a while. And then Uncommon Spider-Man, that seems really low, 370. But then again, Ben Riley was like hovering around 300 yesterday too. So TL Umar, yeah, that's crazy. It's just nuts to think about that those like NFTs are so cheap right now. Especially the lenticular cards. But again, remember, people won them on drop for 40 gems. So some people don't mind selling it for 300 or 275 because they got it for 40. So who cares? Can we create a pool of money to buy a SR 007 Aston Martin collectibles on the market, then divide the profits in the future? That'd be kind of hard. Basically, like crowdfunding the purchase of a Aston Martin. Yeah, I mean, I've thought of ideas like that before, where it's like, all right, none of it, like, I can't afford a secret rare, let's say, Marvel Comics #1, but I mean that could be some not weird thing, but that's also a whole other thing with like legal issues. Like that'd probably work with friends and family, but like let's say like my members, I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna try and go for a secret rare Marvel Comics #1, which is however much, or even if we Marvel Comics #1, 68,000 gems. Jesus Christ. You know, or a Walt or something like that. So it's like, hey, I can't afford a Walt, but if I can get 4 other people with me, we can each put in 5,000 gems. We can buy a Walt, and then once we collectively agree to sell Walt a year from now or whatever, we can split the profits or whatever it is, right? I feel like you'd have to like, you know, draw up a contract, have a means of communication between all the people, and then give frequent updates to make sure that you like still have it. And I don't know, or someone might, you know, one of the people, 2 of the people out of the 5 might be like, dude, we need to sell it now, or like I need the money or whatever it is. So I think something like that would just work a bit better with like friends and family or close relatives, where it's like, you know, they can hold you accountable if you just screw them over. But I do like the idea of like a community run account, or something like that. Like I really do like that idea, having like a community account or something like that. Hamoon, welcome to the Common Gang. Hell yeah, dude. Is that Darkwing Duck? Is it because I brought up Darkwing Duck a couple streams ago? Hell yeah. Spam those emotes. And you guys can see those emotes fine, right? I can only imagine what it looks like on phone. Let me look at it actually on my phone. to see how small or how big they are. Because honestly, I have no idea how those emotes look on screen. Okay, they look good. All right, I like it. It's kind of small, but yeah. I like it. Hell yeah. I'm stoked. The emotes actually look pretty good. Let's see. But genuine, I do like that idea. I just love the idea of doing like a community run account, but it's gonna have to be via donation, so I don't have to like draw up some contract or someone, you know, people that are like, I'm investing money. It's different than like I'm giving it away just for fun. Yeah, but maybe it could be some like weird thing. Like maybe I'll contact Veve and let them know like, hey, I'm running this as a community run account and people, this is all strictly donation. So like, it is what it is. Like, or maybe I just don't tell them. That's probably the best way to do it. Gamification will come, but in long term, we'll grab what you want until then, or what you can. I wish I had a SR Fantastic Four. Yeah, someone actually, I was hanging out in, what was his name? The Gale was there. I was hanging out in a Twitter space earlier today, and someone actually bought a Fantastic Four number 5? I believe it was a Fantastic Four number 5 secret rare. No, it was a number 1. It had to have been a number 1. It's not this. Was he said, yeah. So he said he bought a Fantastic Four secret rare for 130 gems. Someone mislisted it by 2 decimal points, which kind of makes sense because if you put in 130, it actually says 1300, you know, has the 3 zeros at the end, but there's a decimal point, right? So it's 130 gems, 0.00 instead of 1,300, you know, 1,000, or no, 13,000 gems. So I think he's in the process of giving it back, or like he's in contact with a person to give it back or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But it does sound like the person who lost it is willing to give money. I think he said he was willing to give away a Black Panther set as well as a Donald and Daisy Golden Moment for the guy to return it, for the most part. At that point, I would return it. And that's another thing we kind of talked about was like, are basically content creators are like publicly facing people in like the Veve community. Anytime they get a snipe or something that's obviously mislisted, should they always give it back no matter what? You know, it's kind of weird because at that point, it's like, why even bother market sniping? Because if you do get something really cheap, why bother buying it if you have to just give it back anyway, right? Me personally, if I won one, I don't know. If I knew the person, obviously I would give it back. Or if I did win it and they like really wanted to reach out to me, or if they made an effort to reach out to me to buy, because you can see who bought it, right? That's what happens all the time. So I don't know, if I snipe something like that and they didn't reach out to me, I'd probably keep it, but like maybe might sell it on the market and like do half for donations or something like that. I think something that's like that heavily discounted, it's hard to not at least do something with it, something like that with it. Do you think it's a good idea to buy gems from third party? I really want more gems by converting crypto. Or do you think it's a good idea to buy gems from third party? I really want more gems by converting crypto. I don't know how that works exactly, like buying gems with a cryptocurrency. I'm sure someone will do it with Omi or something like that. Just not exactly sure how that plays out because I've never bought gems or sold gems or anything NFT wise third party personally. I'll be honest, I haven't done it. I have the gist of how it works. Just make sure you have a trusted escrow and make sure, you know, the person you're talking to, you trust them. And it sounds like most escrows like that are done via Discord or Skype, where you can see the escrow, you can see both people, and you know, you chat and confirm a bunch of information and stuff. So like I said, never done it, but it's, you know, dollar wise, it's the best thing to do for gems, but it's also the riskiest, so it is what it is. Let's see. LeGroin James, the issue with community accounts, yeah, I already read that. KYC might be an issue. Yeah, I could see that. Not exactly sure a way we can like get around that, or maybe Veve will waive my account from, I don't think KYC, but I don't know. Any updates on MCP points? Well, the MCP program, at least its current iteration, is out, but the final version, we're not sure yet. At least, and it sounded like the last time someone brought it up in AMA, it sounded like it was not a priority to them at the time. So, just tuning in, are you going for the Aston Martin? Yes, I am. There's a chance, because right now I have like 1,400 gems on my account, so I could technically play both drops if I did so happen to win the first one, which is unlikely. But part of me also might just, if there's just something really cheap on the market between now and tomorrow, I might just grab it. Just take the guarantee thing that's really cheap and then sell it for later, rather than try to bank on the fact that, oh, the secret rare, you know, after the amount that Veve takes, there's only 414 of them. So Veve's taking 90 mints of the 507. So there's only going to be 414 mints of the secret rare Aston Martin. And the chances of winning that are very low. Like, you are like, what, 8 times more likely to win a Walt than you are this drop, technically? Like, just sheer numbers wise? Who knows? Let's see. Black Panther Secret Rare is sitting... Oh, is that right? Secret Rare is sitting at 239. That's a good buy, right? BP Secret Rare. I'm in a position that I think we are all in, where I have things that I'm hodling just because of this dip. I'm looking to buy, but I'm afraid things will continue to dip, which you give it more time. Some of the golden moments are looking juicy, and it seems like if I don't pounce, I could be missing out. Yeah, I get what you mean, John Franklin. I would still just wait, to be honest. Like, I've been telling people, I'm like, dude, Iron Man could go down to 1.2K. I said that earlier this week, and it happened. And with each announcement of any kind of significant drop, with each announcement that we're getting closer to MTL, prices will drop more. I would totally not blame you for picking it up. Like, will it really matter if you picked up Iron Man at 1.2 versus 1K when 6 months from now he could probably be at 4.5, 5K? Like, will that really matter? Probably not. So I realize it's a gem squeeze and you want to get as much as you can out of each gem, but me personally, I'm waiting. I think prices could drop a bit more. I mean, if we just look at the numbers, I did not spell golden correctly. Comment gang, happy to support the channel. I appreciate that, dude. And play around with the emotes too, you know? The 2 emotes I probably don't want to change are these 2. You know, just the Veve and vibes. And you guys can use those emotes anywhere as far as I know. So if you guys are hanging out in another Veve channel, just put in Veve. That's pretty much applicable to every channel. And if you want better vibes, put in the vibes. I'm totally down to possibly change these emotes too, the up and down arrow. I'll probably take a community poll by like the members and see what they think, or if we want to add different emotes. I'm more than happy to switch those 2 out, but I do like the Veve vibes emotes, at least like the first 2. But John Franklin, I feel you, dude. Me personally, I'm waiting, just because I'm not in a huge rush. And the thing too is, like, this is why I think you need to have a list of NFTs that you want to buy. So you said Black Panther Secret Rare, right? I'm assuming the comic, because there's no way in hell the collectible is that much. And me personally, I probably wouldn't buy the secret rare for Eric Killmonger. Like, it'll go up in price, but me personally, like, I'd probably buy a Donald Lenticular card before I would buy 2 Eric Killmonger secret rares. That's just me, but I'm probably a little bit too biased towards. You have to think too, like, is Eric Killmonger, is he known in the MCU? Yes, but is he a Wolverine? Is he a Hulk? Is he a Captain America? Is he like on that upper echelon of characters? He's not Black Panther. He's kind of a, you know, a thing involving with Black Panther, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but at least when it comes to golden moments, like if you're trying to bounce on a golden moment, let's say you have 1,500 gems, just say, okay, if I have 1,500 gems, I'm going to try and buy Iron Man below 1.3. I'm going to wait, but if I see him start going up, I can buy a 1.3. Maybe that's a bad example. Let's say you have 1.1k. If Iron Man goes down to 1.1k, I'm gonna buy him up. But if he never gets to that point and he starts pumping, now I can buy these 2 lenticular cards. If those 2 lenticular cards are out of my price range, I'm gonna buy Ben Riley and these other 2 things. Like, I think as long as you have different stages of like, all right, now it looks like the market is pumping, Iron Man is out of my reach, I'm gonna go down to the next best thing, which is lenticular cards, or Ben Riley plus 2 Steamboat Willies, or whatever it is. So I think as long as you have backup plans, like an A, B, and C plan for the market, I think it's hard to go wrong, right? At least that's my thought process. Brendan Z, what's up? Congrats on membership. Thank you. A channel's been monetized for a while. For some stupid reason, I just didn't even think about doing membership. And it wasn't until I was on other people's streams, I'm like, oh wait, you can like do membership. Like, that's kind of cool. So there's some emotes and some other value adds with it as well. So not this stream, but a couple streams from now, all the people that are in the rare royalty level will get like a private stream with me at the end of most streams for like 30 minutes. So they just have my undivided attention and we can talk about Veve or just random stuff. So Iron Man, let's look at Iron Man really quick. So this is my thought process. Iron Man is actually, in my opinion, getting pretty close to the bottom, like his absolute bottom. He might push 1K, like 1.1. I don't know why this chart is not saying he went to 1.2. I mean, technically he did here, but he could go down to like high 1.1, so like 1.18, you know, basically 1100, right? So he could go that low just because people have been buying him for below 1,000 for 2.5 months for below 1,000. So it's not out of the realm of possibility people are willing to sell their 800 gem Iron Man for 1,000 gems and just take the 160, 140 gem profit or whatever. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, at least in my thought process. So, but I think he is getting pretty close to his absolute bottom. It's just really hard to imagine people willing to sell Iron Man for a straight up loss, like a golden moment for a loss, to then buy something else, which I don't know what you would buy instead of an Iron Man if you sold it for 1,000. Like, I just don't know what you would buy. JP, maybe a 50 gem donation minimum to have a vote on which one to buy and sell, but you have to wait until you raise a certain amount to purchase. Maybe if you raise 500 gems, then we can vote. Yeah, I think you mean for like a community-based account thing. Yeah, we can do that. See, this is where I would love to have like a separate vault within my account where it's like vault 1 is all the shit that's mine, and then vault 2 is where all the community stuff is, and I can like put my community stuff in there that I don't want to touch unless I'm going to flip it or sell it on the market, and that way I can kind of keep it self-contained. Because the only thing I'm afraid of is like I could do it on my main account. I'm just a little afraid that God, what the hell was I gonna say? Sorry, I got distracted with the tweet here. Okay, I'll do that later. Should probably close out of that so people can't see it. Jesus, I got super sidetracked. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, the community thing. Yeah, I would love to have like a separate vault. And this is something I also talked about in the Twitter spaces earlier today. It's like, I would love to have another level of security in the app before you sell an NFT or like even have access to NFTs. Because to be honest, like if someone's just stole my phone, they have access to my entire Veve account. Like if my phone got stolen, they could go on Veve, log into Veve, because you don't have to log into Veve each time. You just press the app and it just opens up. They have instant access to all my NFTs, and if they were to transfer gems or NFTs, they would get a little email notification that pops down on my screen, and all I have to do is click the little down arrow, and you get the 6-digit two-factor authentication, and like, then immediately all my stuff's gone. Like they could easily just transfer all of my NFTs like to a different phone. I'm like, I really wish there was like another layer of security where it's like, hey, if you want to access the collectible vault with all my comics and all my collectibles, you have to put in this 4-digit code, and that's it, right? So just something like that. Like I would like to have at least one small additional level of security, or there's just different vaults, right? I also had that same idea where it's like you can put NFTs in a separate vault that requires a pin code to open. So either those are NFTs that you don't want to be tempted to sell, or NFTs that are from other people, like I said, like a community-based vault where I don't want to mess with it or have it get intermingled with my stuff. So I'm sure that's not high up on Veve's priority list, or if they even know that something like that is wanted in the community, but Dane Liska, common or uncommon Spider-Man FA so tough, or bite the bullet and go rare? Let's look at the Spider-Mans really quick. Spoodermans. Because what is the price difference between them? So the God, Ben Riley's chilling at 300. So common at 500, uncommon at 361, rare is at 375. I really think, like, you honestly can't go wrong with any of the three. If I had to rate them in order, I think the common is going to be the most steady because it is on the Veve loading screen. It's a pretty iconic Spider-Man. It's the common of the FA, which is pretty, you know, prevalent. I think the one that has the most potential for like the highest upswing / like percentage profit is the rare, because this thing hit what, I think 1600 at one point. Plus, it looks just like the secret rare, right? No, this thing hit. Jeez, it's been so long since I've seen the chart. So the rare actually hit 2400 at one point. I mean, we'll call it somewhere down here. Let's say 2K. I think that's a bit high, but we do, you know, this little candle right here, right before it bounced up, is at 2K. So let's just call it 2K. The common, if you spend 50% more. Did go up to 1400, but that's its all-time high, right? And that's like one candle. Like it was probably at 1400 for maybe 12 hours, like at most, and then it went back down. And even if we add 50% to this, so an extra 700 puts it at 2100. That's basically on par with the other one was, but this one had multiple candles and lots of levels of resistance on the way down. So personally, if you could afford the rare, I would take the rare, but you can't go wrong with maybe buying both the common and the uncommon, or just getting the common. Like, any of the three is great. Any of the three is great, in my opinion. You can't go wrong with any of them. Dane, so I hope that answered your question, but like, if you want to not play safe, I think the safer bet is the common, but if you do want to have some pretty big upswing potential, I would say the rare, in my personal opinion. Has way less mints, has hit a, you know, it's hit up to 2400 gems, or let's say 2000 gems twice. And on top of that, I think it just has better resistance too, compared to the other one. Yeah, I like this level of resistance. It's nice and like smooth on the way down, rather than just like cliff and then it goes down. So unlike the common, so I would say the rare. Let's just say that. I'll say the rare. Common is fantastic. Like, they're all fantastic, but I would say the rare in this instance. Let me double time it through chat because I'm already falling behind. Good afternoon, VV Vibes. Hope all is well. You think this market will continue to drop until everyone, the majority, can MTL, or will pump the bonds drop? No, bonds drop is not going to cause a pump. Mac juice. I think it's still going to all revolve around MTL until the majority of people can kind of cash out their gems. Yeah, I just don't see things like moving all that much, to be quite honest. Now, things will go up, like I said before, like during the gem squeeze or before MTL, like, you know, Spider-Man could go up to 1K and then back down to 800. Maybe he'll go all the way up to 1400. Oh my God. Then he'll go back down. But like getting these upper levels or this upper echelon of pricing, which is where we were at towards the end of January, like early February for some NFTs, like that's not going to happen till after MTL, in my personal opinion. But it could be wrong, right? Like this whole like middle to like end of January pump could have just been like a freak accident. Like there was just so many people jumping on the app, so much gems injected into the market. People are like, cool, 12 days of EV over. There can't possibly be any big IPs or updates or anything that would really shake up the market for like a month. And they were kind of right. Like January was super slow. So the market just pumped and like, all right, now's the perfect time to buy shit. But then it got too high and then people started selling off and take a profit, which is what we're at here. Then once we got to early February, then there was talks of MTL and then, Pokemon and then this and then that just caused the exacerbation of it to go down more. Then crypto crash, then real world shit. And then that's why it's diving even more. And then issues with bots that caused it to dive even more. Like there's probably 10 or 15 different reasons why the market is going down. You know, I can't pinpoint it to one thing, but those are all variables I think that did contribute to it. Brendan Z, buy Donald and Daisy or try for and fail tomorrow's drop? I would just fail tomorrow's drop. You just never know. Like that's literally life-changing money if you win any of those drops. Okay, maybe not the ultra rare. It's not like life-changing money. I do think the ultra rare could go for anywhere. I know this is like a wide range, but just because it's a gem squeeze, anywhere between like 1.5 to like maybe 3.5K. It super depends on how many people listen on the market. It's the static version, so it's kind of like meh, whatever. But the secret rare though, if anyone gets the edition that has like 500 editions or whatever, well, technically 400 because Veve's taking 90 of them out of 500. So yeah, Veve's basically taking 1/5 of the mints for the 007 drop, the secret rare. If any of those hit market, I think those will go for probably like 4.5 to like 6.5, maybe 7K. I don't think they're gonna hit like 10K or anything crazy like that, but I do think they're gonna be up there in price. But if you have one of the 007 drops, like if you have one of the actual 7 secret rare versions or drops, if anyone lists those for below 50K, they will get instantly bought up. Maybe not like, oh, it's there, then it's gone, but like there will be whales waiting for, because I don't think that page will show up, right? You'll click on the 007 drop, and then you'll see 2 of the Aston Martins, the ultra rare and the secret rare, but then that 7 mint secret rare, people are gonna have to refresh that page until the secret rare appears, the 7 mint one, and then when people click on it, there'll be some people pricing it at 1 million or 10 million or whatever, but I think if anyone lists it for below 50,000, I think it will just get bought up like very quickly, in my personal opinion. But technically, like I said, that's like where it'll get bought instantly. If it's close, if it's 100K, it'll probably sit there for a while. Maybe no one will buy it. But of course, people are just going to put up flex prices, right? 9 million, 10 million. Like no one's going to buy it for that much. But the floor price that would actually get bought up at is like 50,000, I think. But Brendan Z, yeah, I would try for tomorrow's drop. I just have a distinct feeling like Veve will announce something for Monday on Saturday, and if that's a big IP drop, that will just cause the market to, of course, dip even more. I do think Donald and Daisy, of all the golden moments, plus Lady and the Tramp, do have the most room to go down because that's such a new golden moment, and so many people got it recently that there's a lot of people willing to just sell that damn thing off for like, I mean, Donald and Daisy could probably go down to like 850 again, depending on how big the drop is. Drops are in the near future. Not financial advice, of course. Anyone here in the MTL beta? No. Nice. Good luck on tomorrow's drop. Thank you. Genuine. Any knowledge why Veve holds back collectibles on drops? Those, as far as I know, those go to, of course, the people that worked on the NFT. I'm sure, I would hope, you know, I would assume one goes to David Yu, one goes to Alex, one goes to like the senior executive members of Veve. Then some actually go to the people that help on the other side. So the people that work, so the people that help negotiate the contract on the 007 side, or MGM technically, probably get some NFTs, and there's probably a contract where they say, all right, you're gonna get this NFT, but you can't sell it or put it on the market for the first 5 years or whatever it is. Who knows? A day could come where all of those low mints that are like 41 or 40 and below could hit the market, but it's whatever the contract says, right? I don't think those mints are locked up forever. But in the contract, it could say like they own them, but they can't sell them or do anything with them for 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is. Who knows? So I think that's where it goes to. It goes to the people that help probably animate it on the Veve side of things, people that help negotiate the contract, all that stuff. So pretty much everyone that's involved with the whole process, probably get some mints. Whether they get 1 or 2 or 10, I don't know. Lumpy Space Princess up, everything else down. Yeah, I could see that off Time Drive. Dane Liska, vibes up, vibes down, be cool emote titles. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I have. I assume that's what you mean, Dane Liska. The vibes up and then vibes down. I don't know, something like that. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like if people have, I'll probably bounce some ideas off of my members later as I get more members and we kind of build out that private stream group or whatever. Because I do want to bounce ideas off of you guys, at least people that are investing into the channel. Like, hey, I want to change these emotes. I had some video ideas about this. What do you guys think? You know, all that kind of stuff. So I do want to have like a, I'll do it publicly too occasionally on this stream. It's not like I'm not going to ask for you guys input on the normal stream, but I will probably weigh a little bit more on the opinions of people that are investing. That's just how it works. Always preaching about the Donald lenticular card. I hope it does well. Got one on drop. Oh yeah, John, dude, you're great. If you got one on drop, you're doing fantastic. Just chill. You know, it sucks you didn't sell it at its peak and then you could have just rebought 2 and now you're just chilling with 2 Donald like cards. Like that could have happened. But no one, I think, foresaw this dip just continuing to go and go and go. It really honestly wasn't until like 2 weeks ago I realized, I'm like, wow, this is all revolving around MTL. And and it's not like people knew the MTL gem squeeze was coming, but like the first few weeks of the last few weeks of January and like the first week of February, it was all about just like, all right, quit panicking. This is just retracement from the pump of this crazy market during the first few weeks of January. This is just natural retracement. And then we started getting talks of MTL, then Pokemon, then crypto market was crashing. Then it just started like dogpiling, and then it just started doing this, right? So I think initially it was one thing, then it kind of just shifted and changed and more things just kind of got jumped on. But I really think right now the linchpin is just MTL, in my personal opinion. And I'm not saying like, oh, MTL's done, everyone's cashed out, the market's going to recover and fly back up. You know, Rare Spider-Man's going to fly back up to 2K and then everything's going to be fine. Like, it's still going to take time for it to go back up, right? But I do think the very first things to pump will be the Grails and Golden Moments, followed by lenticular cards and Spider-Mans and some of the high-tier Marvel, like just Marvel NFTs. Marvel Mighties will probably build up on the tail end of that. Then, like, Steamboat Willie / DC NFTs will go up from there and stuff. Like, the very last things to go up are going to be like Kripkins, the independent artists, and you know all that other stuff, that the lesser known IPs or less popular ones. Dreamhorn, not sure if you answered this yet, but probably did. But how much you think SR Astromartin will be running for? Yeah, I already answered that question. I'm sure you asked before I answered it. So, Tony, in terms of comics, how would you rank the edition numbers? In terms of comics, how would you rank the edition numbers? Like just the comics, dude. I don't like. I take some balance between not VV set list, VV rank. There it is. And I could have sworn I bookmarked. Damn, I didn't bookmark it. There's another content creator that has like a spreadsheet that's really interesting. Maybe let me find it really quick. Apologize, guys. I love the pin code idea. I do too. Chasing Sundays. I like just a pin code, just something. Cause like if someone jacks my phone, like all my shit is just gone. Like, like I know there's a pin code on the phone, or most people do, or some sort of code or whatever. But like if your phone is unlocked, or if you have your lock feature on your phone set for like a long period of time or whatever, like someone could scoop your phone and just sell all your shit. Like it's kind of crazy to think about. Let's see here. I'm gonna find it eventually. This might just take a while, so I apologize. Not this. Here it is. Boodle NFT, that's who it is. And I'm gonna save this if I can remember to do it. This like comic, let's see. Open image and nuke. Cover your eyes, guys. I apologize. I found it. This one. So I do some a balance between these two, and I'll go ahead and link both of these in the description. So VVRank.com is ran by Sleepin' Comics, who's, you know, an expert in the comic field when it comes to VV Comics. He's a physical collector too as well. And then I think this will work. Hopefully. This link, so you can actually see like the tier list. So I try to take a balance between the two, right? Both of these have pretty much the same comics, like hovering towards the top. Like the top 10 or 12 are roughly the same. There might be one or two that are kind of switched around a bit. Sleepin' Comics did admit that he is a bit more of a speculative buyer, meaning like he kind of invests in comics that could do well in the future, which is why he has some comics like this one, Captain Marvel versus Monica Rambeau at like pretty high B tier. You know, it's like not a lot of people know who Monica Rambeau is, but he said introduced into the MCU in WandaVision, rumored to be in Marvel movies, could be a long run of the MCU. So he's kind of speculating that, okay, Monica Rambeau could be a reoccurring character in the MCU for the next, you know, 5 to 10 years or whatever it is, either in shows or movies. So it's a bit more of a speculative buy there. But to be honest, if I'm buying any comics, like I'm pretty much just sticking to this top tier up here. Like I'm sticking with like Marvel Comics, Fantastic Four, Amazing Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Daredevil, Journey into Mystery, Ultimate Fallout, New Mutants, Kang. And then, you know, maybe some of these, maybe like the first appearance of Green Goblin and like the Vision, as well as like Doc Ock, Kingpin, Quicksilver / Scarlet Witch were both first appearances in there. So, but me for the most part, like I'm only focusing on like the top like 10, maybe 12 comics. And you can see like they have a lot of the similar ones on here, right? So I think that's what you mean by like what do I think of comic mint numbers? Tony, but if you check both of those links out, like this is what I use for comics for the most part. Am I following this guy? I think I'm following, maybe not. Okay, now I'm following him. Cool. And I will favorite this before I forget. Yes. So yeah, use those two. That's what I would do. Yo, what's up? JC25 mil, what's good? Robinhood and most trading apps have a pin code. Yeah, you would think so, Jordash14. You would think so. Off time drive, I keep the email I use for VV 2-factor off my phone for that reason. It's a mild pain, but it's worth it. I do have a second phone, so maybe I should have the 2-factor authentication on my other phone. So that is probably a good call. Yeah, I agree. That's probably the better way to do it. Or Face ID when opening the app. That too, that might limit certain phones that might have like terrible camera quality, or maybe it can't support that feature. I don't know how that would work, but would it dip crazy paper hands? Babs one. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to call people paper hands. Like, if people need to cash out, they need to cash out, right? If people need the money in real life versus, you know, there was someone in here the other day that said that he just really needs the money. You know, we don't know when MTL is going to be here, but some people just need the real life cash versus the super speculative investment that could like pay off in 5 to 10 years, you know, or sooner than that. But yeah, so let me see here. Yeah, the dip is just, like I said before, that the last few weeks of January and the first week of February was mostly just a retracement based off of just the huge pump that happened during January. But then after that, then all the other reasons started dogpiling, which I've already covered like 2 or 3 times. So that multi-vault idea is awesome. Also add extra code to unlock your vault. Seems good. But you're building trust and are very transparent with the community. I'm sure you get another device, iPad. Yeah, I'm sure, but that was the issue, right, JP? Someone else said that like, if I do a community account, if there is KYC involved, or if I, in the future, if they say, hey, by the way, if you are going to transfer NFTs, you need KYC, or if you need to transfer gems, you need KYC. Like, my main account is already using my face and my information. Like, I don't know who I would use for my community-based account as their face and information and stuff. Yeah, I don't know how that would work out. So it would suck to have people basically donate gems or NFTs and then to help the effort of the community based account, and then all of a sudden I can't give away those NFTs and it's just kind of locked up. Like I don't think they would be locked up forever. I'm sure there'd be some sort of workaround, but other than that, I'm not entirely sure. So Brennan Z, Hitmonkey comment at $30 is a joke, stacking the heck out of him. Hell yeah, dude. I wasn't a huge fan of Hitmonkey, but there is kind of a cult following, right? It's part of like the Omicron group, or like people do, that is one of the memeable comics, and it's also one of the most rare comics on the platform too, right? So I do think there will be like, and there are people and also just comic book collectors in general are famous for having different niches, right? Some people really like comic covers by Jack Kirby. They really like comic covers by this artist or this writer or this person, or they only collect Batman, or they only collect Spider-Man covers or comics, or maybe there's people that like the Veve exclusive covers and they'll buy that. But like, you know, there could be people that are huge fans of Hitmonkey that are going to invest in comics. Like comics do have like quite a few people that are into kind of like weird niches. There are some people that do like worn out cover art, you know, stuff that has been sitting out in the sun, hasn't been under the best conditions and stuff. But you know, there's people like that. But yeah, the common, it says it's $49.70, right? Is that right? Hold on. Was there like a common Hitmonkey at 30, or are you talking like there's a lot of Hitmonkey commons? Let me pull this up. So there's Hitmonkey, secret rare common. Damn, dude, what? No way. 35, dude. There's a 35 right there. If you guys want to buy it from Drippy, 4 gems under floor. Disrespecting our boy Hitmonkey. Disrespectful. Whoop. I should probably turn on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, I'll just talk in that group later. It sounds like Dino is trying to do a group, like a drop stream for the 007 drops tomorrow, and he said it would be kind of funny, and I agree, it'd be kind of cool if we were drinking like martinis, like, you know, 007 or something like that for the drop. I think that'd be pretty funny. If I like, I don't think I have a suit. It'd be kind of funny to like wear a suit or something like that for the drop, just for funsies, but it seems too much organization, and I don't know, I actually kind of want to try for the drops too, right? So yeah, dude, disrespected Hitmonkey comment, dude. Whoever's doing that, they need to stop. JP, or something you keep at home, you won't have to worry about someone going into your account. Just hide the iPad. Yeah, I'll just stuff the iPad under my mattress with all the other real life money I have, so the government can't take it. That's how it works. Justin Finlay, Face ID would be amazing, but yeah, it would take 5 to 10 years for them to develop it. Yeah, if we can't even I really hate to put Veve on blast, but it's like we still can't even read comics in our vault, and we're trying to get 3D Face ID recognition for the app, or let alone the Veveverse. We're trying to build an entire VR world with land and heavy NFT integration, but we still can't even read comics in the vault or in our app yet. Like, I mean, not in the app, but like in the actual like simulated VR thing, like we still can't even like look at comics, let alone read them. So I don't know. Yo, man, still an answer. You a real one? I appreciate it. You probably didn't mean me. You probably meant someone else. Beaker, buy selling Joe Mad last week for 1.2k, now at 800. I can finally buy the Becky Cloonan worth 1.2. Can you do an analysis for Becky Cloonan? And just sold a rare Spider-Man right now, hoping there will be a bigger dump for Spidey Rare. Probably. I do think Spidey Rare could go a bit lower, but let's look at Becky. Give me that Becky. I was back then in my Ratchet days. What the hell is going on here? Oh, it's because I'm in comics. Duh. Let's go. Dane, let's get, that's common Spider-Man FA with the 32,000 editions, I guess. I get hung up on. Uncommon, so much less editions, rare for sure, but it's a bit more money up front at the moment. That's true. So the 32,000 editions, I mean, that even just goes to show that, like, despite the massive amount of editions, it's relatively holding its value. And I do think the main thing why the Spider-Man NFT is worth so much is for this reason, right? Like, let me see. Hopefully I won't. It's for this reason. He's on the loading screen. Like, I don't know if you caught that. It was really quick, but yeah, like, he's on the loading screen. And I thought about that one day where it's like, I kind of want to buy every NFT that's on the Veve loading screen. So like Batman Who Laughs, Common Spider-Man. I think there's some Myrmicornos on there, but like just to get the loading screen NFTs, like that's really cool. Like I do think those will go up in value, right? People are like, oh, I own, like a year from now, people are like, oh, I have this NFT, like, oh, that's on the loading screen. It's like, yeah, I know, I own it. That's kind of cool, right? So I do think like the loading screen NFTs, but mostly it's the common version of the FA Spider-Man, right? So is it a lot of mints? Yes, but that's why I think that's the one that's going to be the most steady in my opinion. It's the safer investment, but Rare Spider-Man is going to do very well too. Becky Cloonan. So what I'm going to do is just look at her price throughout November and December. That's where we can kind of guesstimate where her absolute bottom is. And again, I don't think she's going to hit that low. I mean, she's getting pretty darn close. She can maybe get closer to 1,000, but I mean, we're not talking by much, right? I do think she will be susceptible to any big announcements in the future, just like any other NFT. But I do think she has a slightly more wiggle room if you want to be greedy. I think right now is like a pretty darn good time to pick her up. Because she's getting to the point now where she's getting to like December level prices. Let me look up the market. Because the other thing I like to look to is like, do I have enough cushion in case she does start running, right? Let me look this up. God, I need to move my stupid drink. It's covering the stuff down here. So we got the Batman's here. Got the dad bod Batman here up in the top right. I think that's the dad bod Batman. And then we have, God, where the hell is it? It's probably further down here. Jason Fabuk looking badass as hell. Becky Cloonan. It's not too bad. I'm just thinking like if the wall was a bit thinner, like let's say it was like 1.2, then like on the bottom end it was actually like 1.5 or like 1.4, then I'd feel a bit more comfortable. Listings are at 64. The listings are pretty low. It's kind of funny. People like look at these charts and they say, oh my God, look, it's 11 listings away from going up, you know, 5K, which is true. And it's 22 listings away from going up to 3K, which is true. But I think a lot of people forget that there's also 3,100 other people that own Becky Cloonan that could also just jump in the app and just start undercutting, right? So it's not like Becky Cloonan is just going to run to 3K randomly one day. It's like she'll probably start getting undercut if she runs up to like 1.8 or 2. Like people will then start showing up out of the woodworks and start undercutting, right? I don't think you can go wrong with buying her now, but if you do want to wait a bit longer, I think at best you'll probably get her like high 1,000s, like what, you know, when someone puts it for 1,000, not 900, but 1,099, so basically 1,100. That's probably the best you're going to get her at, if I had to guess. Again, not financial advice, but that's probably the best you could get her at. Could she go lower? Maybe. I don't know, but she has been on the app for a very long time. Yeah. Just be ready to pull the trigger on it. That's all I'm saying. Just keep a close eye on it, Viker. Angelo Flores, for the Steamboat series, will the next drop be another Mickey, which will lower the price of the first one, or Pete, which will boost Mickey? Pete. Don't know what you mean, Pete. On that. Angelo Flores is asking. I don't think that'll drop the value. What I think is, hopefully, or at least what I imagine is going to happen, is that it's hard to tell because what the cover art is showing me for like that Steamboat Willie series or technically it's not called Steamboat Willie, it's just called the Mickey Mouse NFT collection. But it just so happens that if we look at like the background art, like that art doesn't look like Steamboat Willie. That looks like the more current version of Mickey Mouse. So it could be different iterations of Mickey Mouse, which makes me think that we could get something like the next drop could be like a blind box drop of like Fantasia Mickey, right? Maybe one where he has the hat on, another one where like the hat's like flying away and he's like trying to grab it or something like that. So that's what I'm thinking. It's like things that are exclusive to Mickey, which, you know, if we did have a Fantasia drop, that would, I would imagine, hopefully, pump the hat a little bit of like the Golden Moment hat. So that's what I'm thinking is more likely going to happen. The only way, in my opinion, Steamboat Willie would take like a significant loss, other than like, oh, there's a big IP or a gem squeeze, is like if they just did another Steamboat Willie, which I just don't picture them doing. Let's see. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Well, yeah, which I just don't see them doing anytime soon. So Frank Kozik hasn't done an airdrop yet, unfortunately, as I have all 3 of the Labbit sets. Dude, that's cool, Jinjin. Not too bullish on the idea of Labbits, but like having entire sets like that is pretty cool. And if those do pan out pretty well, I think it'd be really cool at some point if Veve allowed people to like sell sets, or at least like entire Frank Kozik sets or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Claudia Lass, hey, love your channel. Would you buy 2 Wonder Woman or 1 Donald Daisy Golden Moment? Interesting. Let's pull them up. Let's pull up Wonder Woman first. Initially, I'm leaning towards, I'm assuming you mean FA, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Dude, this Wonder Woman's below 100. 2 Wonder Womans. But Claudia Last, thanks for the comment. Oof. So she's still like relatively new to the app. Not really. I mean, like 3 months at this point, or she's approaching 3 months. I'm a little biased towards Disney. I don't think you can go wrong. Like, you can't go wrong with 2 Wonder Womans. She's just unfortunately getting really close. I mean, I think she's getting pretty darn close to hitting her bottom. She could touch like 400. There could be like a handful of people that might sell her at 400 or even like 399. But below that, that's really cutting it close. But for 450, I think Disney. Me personally, I would probably rather buy a lenticular card. I think you can get a Mickey for that much for 450. I mean, hell, you can get a okay, no, Pluto's a bit more on the higher end. You can get a Donald Duck for cheaper for 420. Nice number. That's just me. Or you can do a Donald Duck and a Wonder Woman and save the extra 30 gems for something else. I do think the Golden Moment, Donald and Daisy will do well. It's just going to take a while to shake things off. I don't think you can go wrong with either. But buying 2 Wonder Womans, I think she's just going to have to work twice as hard to go back up, because that's all the DC NFTs are going to have to do that. I don't care if it's Wonder Woman or Batman or Joker or Superman. Like, it's just going to have to work harder to go up because there's so many people flipping it, and the 2.5% fee too, right? So it doesn't have to go up very high for people to start flipping it. So in the long term, it might not make that big of a difference, but like in the short to medium term, like if you, like in my mind, you're buying 2 Wonder Womans because you want to flip one eventually, right? Sell it for profit. I do kind of like the idea of maybe buying 1 of each or buying 2 cards. You can't go wrong with 2 Wonder Womans either. I do like the option of having 2 NFTs that like one you could sell. Claudia Last. So I will say this, if you have the capability of adding more gems to the app, I would probably say, like on a consistent basis or whatever, I'd probably say go for the Golden Moment and still wait for Donald and Daisy to go down in price. Because I do think it could go down a little bit lower. Like, Jesus, it's at 869, which is crazy. I do think this could touch like 800. Maybe even lower. I don't know. There's a lot of mints for this. It's just crazy that it's that low right now. It's not its all-time low, technically. It did touch 815 at one point. but I do think it could keep going down during this gem squeeze. Yeah, if you have the means to add more gems to the app, I would just wait. And you can get any combination, right? Like, let's say you wanted to wait and then like you waited too long for Donald Daisy and it like pumps up to like 1,000. You could just buy Wonder Woman and lenticular cards, right? So in order, my recommendation is get Donald, just wait as long as you can. Maybe buy Donald at like 800 or something like that, because I do think it could go that low. But if you miss the pump or you miss the opportunity to buy it, then just grab any combination of lenticular cards, and or if you want to buy one Wonder Woman and then like a lenticular card, you can do that as well. Like any combination is going to do fine. Like they're all going to do well. Claudia, I know that's like a very long-winded answer, but that's my take on it. I do think Donald Daisy will do well, but like they're just so new to the app that it's just going to take them a while to get up to the point where like Iron Man and stuff is. Because I do think like Donald Daisy can get up to Iron Man / Elsa levels of popularity and price, but it's just going to take it a while to get there because it's just so new to the app. And you got to shake off 13,000. You basically got to test the conviction of 13,000 people that have won it in the last week, whether they want to sell it or not for box price, that won it for 60 gems. So, but for Iron Man and Elsa and all those other ones, like they've been on the app for 4 months. Like they've already had time to kind of get rid of all the people that were going to sell for profit in the short term or this or that. Like it's had time to, they haven't gotten rid of all of them, but a good portion of them are gone. Donald Duck and Daisy Duck haven't had that yet. So, but gem for gem, I do think Donald and Daisy is probably one of the best golden moments to get gem for gem on the app right now. Joseph Agnarov, amazing channel. Thank you so much. I'm trying to have more fun. I know sometimes I get like really deep in these like technical analysis and I just go on long tangents, and I'm trying to have more fun. So, hi Tony, would you keep SR Jungle Action number 6 or sell and buy a similar price? And I would sell it. Like I would just sell it. Like, will it go up in price? Sure, but I think it might push like 400 gems or something like that after everything is said and done. Not entirely sure. Like, honestly, most of the time, if I do win a comic, which I haven't won a comic in eternity, but if I did win a comic, like this is what I did with what's it called? With Black Panther, because I knew Black Panther would start kind of high and then just go down, and then after drop day, the prices would just keep dropping. I knew it was going to happen. So even though I won a common Black Panther, I sold it for 107 and I just rebought it at like 80 or whatever it was. So it's like I just made a free 20 gem profit or whatever, and I think I even got a better mint number too, because the one I sold was like 19,000 something. It was a pretty high mint, and then I got something better. So that's just my take on it. Like I think on drop day, if you do get something pricey or just something that you're kind of on the fence of selling, unless it's like a very, very high tier, or the community at large is saying, wow, this is going to be an amazing NFT. Like people were talking about SR Jungle, not SR Jungle, but just Jungle Action in general. Like, oh, it's a cool NFT. We know Killmonger. We know this, but like, it's not like, oh my God, this is a must have. Hold on to it. Unless people are saying that, honestly, I just usually sell it on the market the first day, because I know it's just typically going to go down. Yeah, there's some rebound action that happens occasionally, but it's like I'd rather just sell it and just invest in something else that I know that has history and that's going to do well long term. That's just my take on it, Tony. Beaker, and I'm deciding to buy a couple of either Donald Duck lenticulars or Golden Moment Lady and the Tramp / Donald Duck. Lady and the Tramp is a great value. Like, don't get me wrong. Like a Golden Moment for low 600s right now is great. Though I will admit, Lady and the Tramp will always be the lowest, will always be on the low end of golden moments. That's just how it's going to be. Because these were going for like 610, I think, last night. Like really inexpensive. And I think the main issue with that is like people know Lady and the Tramp. I don't even think I've seen the movie. But the only issue with like Lady and the Tramp is like they've had 2 movies in the last 70 years. Like there's the 1955 movie that came out that kicked it all off. And there's like the 2019 remake, and then that's it. Like there's no movies. It seems like Disney is they're not trying to push this IP or push these characters. Like it's just one of the classic Disney movies. Jeez, hold on. It's one of those classic Disney movies, but it's not super mainstream or anything like that, at least comparatively to the other Disney characters, right? So that's why one of the first things I do is like, I don't even look at the mint numbers. I'm just like, how popular is this character, right? It's kind of funny to see that, you know, we look at the Iron Man and Avengers logo, and, you know, typically because all golden moments are released in pairs except for Walt. Usually the one that's the higher rarity is literally always half the mints, or roughly around half the mints of the common, but it's always cheaper because Veve/Disney knows that is the less popular one. Like, if people wanted to choose between Iron Man and Avengers logo, because those were released together, like, people are going to want Iron Man, even though it has literally double the editions of Avengers logo, so it should be more rare. People just want Iron Man more. People want characters and popular figures over posters, signs, vehicles, things like, I mean, some certain vehicles, yes, like, don't get me wrong, but people want people and personalities, not things, which is not necessarily a mistake. Like, I did buy a sorcerer's hat like a little while ago, probably just way too early. I could have waited and bought 2 sorcerer's hats, but, you know, it is what it is. That's just the market. But there's kind of some argument like, oh, is it a person? Is it a thing? Because it does have a, you know, it's basically alive in the Fantasia movie, but I think it's fine as a thing. Like, I don't really matter or care. So that's my take on it. And you guys might have heard me say that 20 or 30 times by now, but that's something Randy Chavez said like 2 months ago, and that just like blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, that is so true. Like, if I want an Iron Man or an Avengers logo, like, I'm gonna pick Iron Man. Like, that's just, like, I want the character, not the sign or the poster or whatever it is. So between those, I'm deciding Donald Duck lenticulars. I will say, Viker, if you're looking to like flip or sell stuff occasionally for profit, I'd probably go with the lenticulars. But if you're looking to occasionally flip or just hold long term, I would pick up the golden moments, including Donald Duck. I do think Lady and the Tramp will pretty much always be in the bottom 2 golden moments. Like, it'll probably be fighting with like, what? Not skateboard. Yeah, it's probably gonna always be fighting with like skateboard. Yeah, I really hate to see Wally be like that cheap, but that's just how it is. Wally's that cheap. It's pretty much always going to be the bottom spot is always going to be a fight between Lady the Tramp, Wally, and skateboard, and those three might just rotate around, or maybe Wally will be at the very bottom for a brief period of time, and then something else will take it. I just don't see Wally being like at the bottom forever, you know. But I do see Lady and the Tramp being at the bottom most of the time because it is a newer golden moment, but also B, there's only 2 movies of like these characters like ever. So let's see. Daniel Marquez comment, what's up, dude? What's up, dude? I'm late. What did I miss? Azuka-verse? Not much, to be quite honest. Just some emotes. Got the new emotes. VV vibes. And actually look pretty well. When I was drafting them up or I was making them in Photoshop, I'm like, God, I really hope it's not so tiny that all it does is it looks like a pink and blue, like just light or like a blur. But I think it actually looks decently well. You kind of have to squint your eyes if you're on desktop or like phone or something like that. But so it doesn't look too bad. But no, not much. We're kind of covering. Let's go ahead and check the top winners of like the hour. Yeah, because actually it just changed like 9 minutes ago. So let's look at the top gainers on the hour. Cthulhu Idol Gold, really? Up 20%? Good for it. Tricky the Obese Bunny Gold, that's up 20%. So it's up to 1100. Heroes Edition. What is up with all these like random independent artists and like decon stuff pumping right now? And it's actually up like 18%. It's kind of crazy. And it's actually nice to see some things like pumping in like the high teens, right? Because like during, I don't know, like during January, February, like things were getting pumped like 30%, you know, mid 30s, high 20s, like almost every day something was up. But because we're in a gem squeeze, we have a couple things like in the teens, and like most of the stuff is in like the low singles or like the high singles, and like that's pretty much it. So Hero Edition, Rise of Ultraman #1, Batman versus Killer Croc up 84 gems. Let's go, dude. That thing was going for super cheap, like 450 for a while. Princess Bubblegum Uncommon FA is up. Nessie Specimen 129. It just seems like maybe these NFTs that are quote unquote less popular just got so cheap to the point that people are like, well, I'll buy this. Like, I'm sure I can flip it for a profit at some point. Spider-Man 2099 is up 16%. Sorcerer's Hat finally made some moves. Ghost Bear White is up a little bit. Spider-Woman, Smack, Crack, and Pot. I do actually kind of like the serial killers. I do like the look of them. I remember showing some of my friends like the serial killer set, and they thought it was funny, like Drug Killin' Frog and Smack, Crack, and Pot and stuff. So, is Batman Croc statue worth buying now? I mean, when it was below 500, sure. I just kind of avoid it. Like if we pull up the chart here, yeah, it's going up, but there's so many people that bought it for, this is one of the biggest bags on the app that people bought this for super high, and it's just been going down and down and down and down and down. The only issue I see is like, okay, it pumped up a bit, but that's because it's pretty much at its absolute bottom. If it wants to go up to, let's say 700, there's a lot of people that bought around 700. There's probably some people that are even willing to take a loss at 750, 800 that bought it at that amount, that are just like, look, I just want to get rid of this thing. I just want gems in my account. I'm willing to sell this for a loss, or at least a tiny profit. So this is what I mean by like DC, especially this is probably the worst case scenario, at least in my mind. Again, I could be wrong. I mean, listings fell off a cliff, but that's because of the auto delisting feature on Veve, because it literally dropped the 25th and now it's down to here. But like everything that got delisted was from a month ago. So basically all the prices that got delisted were probably like above 1,000 gems. So it's like nowhere near in sight of like the floor, right? I notice I say right a lot, whatever. But yeah, the listings are super low right now. Like, don't get me wrong, they're down 50%, but it's only a day after the delisting. Eventually the listings will go back up, and people are just waiting to just sell this for any kind of profit, break even, or even for a small loss, I think. So it's just going to take twice as long to go up. If you're buying now, you know, it'll be profitable, but it's just going to take really long to get there comparatively to, you know, if you bought a Pluto card, or if you bought, I don't know what else you could buy for 5. I mean, shit, at this point, like you can almost buy for, if you just have an extra 50 gems, like you can almost buy like a golden moment, Lady and the Tramp, or whatever. Like I do think those will run a bit quicker than the Batman versus Killer Croc, in my opinion. Daniel McAuley. Rafael Garcia, I see you all the time, like other people stream stuff. You just put a smiley face, which warms my heart. I like seeing that. Chrisapron? Chris R. Pawn. How low do you think we will get to? Will we see gold moments reach 400 to 500 gems? Maybe. I do not see Donald Daisy getting that cheap, but I could see Lady and the Tramp possibly hitting mid 500, so like 550. I don't know about that low. I don't know about 400 to 500. I don't know about that low, but 550, that's possible for Lady and the Tramp. But then again, anything's possible, so. Hey there, I'm back. What was the Ben Riley Ultra Rare all-time high? 14,000? Let's see. Something like that. Benjamin? Oh, it's because I have it on Top Gainers. Oh, there it is. Karma Finlay. What's up, dude? Got a lot of new names in here. I like seeing this. Oscar Dobson. Carlos. I think I've seen you before, Zukaverse. Tony, I think you're new. Joseph, you're new. Claudia, you're new. I like seeing new names in here. All-time high, yeah, 14,000 or 14.5. It did have a candle at around 14,000, which is nice to see. Another one at 13. The resistance is kind of weak, but obviously people are willing to buy it up here. I do think like probably some of the most speculative or some of the most volatile purchases you can get right now is like any Ben Riley. Was the Ultra Rare had an all-time high of that, but like even if we just took the average of these 3 candles, which is 13,000, right? Even if we cut this down to here to 10,000, like it has a lot of room to move. This thing has a ton of room to move right now. Did this actually bottom out at 5,000? Yeah. 532, yeah. This is like very volatile. So it's like, if you got some gems and you like Spider-Man and you want to make a maybe riskier investment to see this fly up and you want to like flip it, I do think Ben Riley's are pretty speculative. I just think it has a ton of potential. Because we have a lot of people, like, if you looked at that Ben Riley, the Ultra Rare listing, it was, let me go back to it. Apologize for that. Also, it's getting kind of laggy on the app, so I might have to refresh it or do something. So you can see here, right? Like, there's a lot of people that bought Ben Riley for below 4K for a while. Maybe not up here, but 4K for a while. But like, we have a lot of people that, so it went from how many listings? 55 down to 35. So that's like a 20 listing swing. And you know what I bet happened? And I mentioned this before. The first, so let's say someone literally just, 20 listings just disappeared. Let's just say that. Someone bought, not someone, but somebody's bought the 20 on the floor. The first 10 probably went from 3 to 5K, 3 to 5.5K. And then the next 10 went from probably 5.5K all the way up to 14. Like, sometimes the gaps just get bigger and bigger and bigger as you go up in price, which is why it just got pumped all the way up here. And then of course people started relisting, like, oh my God, this thing is 14,000 gems. Went up to 51 listings. So basically where it was at prior, went down to 11.5. And then people were like, actually, that's not a bad price to buy. And then it went back up to 51 and actually hit higher than what it was before. So this is nice to see. When I see like 3 different peaks all around clustered together, that just means like people want it. Maybe they got FOMO'd into it, but and it's also like, it didn't take place over the course of 2 days, right? This actually took place over the course of like a week. People were willing to buy at the highs. And so we have a lot of people clustered around this area, like on the upper end. I mean, there's quite a few down here too, don't get me wrong, but hopefully all the people that bought between January 8th all the way till, let's say, January 31st are just hodling right now. Like, there's probably quite a few purchases that happened there, and they're just like, look, I can't sell right now. It's at a massive loss. I'm just going to hodl. So that way it should run up a bit higher. Plus, there's only 616 editions of this, which is why it's such a huge deal. The Ben Riley Uncommon is the same song and dance. It's just more mints, right? Yeah, Ben Riley is super low right now. The Uncommon, I think it's going to be one of the most volatile ones on the app, because I mean, it's at 300 right now. I mean, it's getting pretty close to its bottom, in my opinion. And this thing peaked all the way at 1100, but like, again, that candle looks pretty thin. So even if we took the average of these 3 together at 800, 850, that still looks pretty good. I mean, that means this thing is basically a third of the price as much as it should be. So yeah, if this thing keeps running down, and it seems like it might get a little hung up on this like retest here in like January 7th. Let me open this up. You guys can see this, right? Is my head blocking it? Okay, no, you guys can still see it. It seems like it's getting hung up here, but if this ends up breaking this like retest down here, it could fall all the way down to like 220 or something like that. It could get that low potentially, but yeah, dude, like this actually could be an NFT. I'm actually might stack in like a week and just kind of hope the pump does well, because it just has so much potential to go up. Even though I am very bullish on Disney and golden moments and all that stuff, I mean, for 1,400 gems, being able to stack basically what, almost 5 Ben Rileys, that's a lot of potential. It's a lot of potential movement right there. So we'll see, because even if it goes up to just 500, it's like a 200 gem profit on each. I mean, that's an extra grand. That's probably the amount some golden moments can move to. Like if I bought Iron Man instead at like 1.4K, it could probably move up to 2.4 just as easily. So we'll have to see. But I do think, I mean, but Ben Riley could really run. It depends. I'm still holding that Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare with you, brother. Yeah, dude, Oscar Dobson, dude. I've been holding my Ultra Rare. I'm, of course, kicking myself for not selling it for above 7K and just holding it till now, but no one knew all this was coming. Should I sell my Ben Riley Spider-Man Uncommon for a shot at the Ultra Rare Ashton Martin drop tomorrow? Probably not. It's so rare to get that drop, right? Like, you know what? It's actually not a terrible idea. Ultra Rare what? Sell my Ben Riley Spider-Man Uncommon for a shot. I mean, Ben Riley could keep going down. Even though it's at 300 right now, it could keep going down. So maybe it's not a terrible idea. I would say give it a shot, because like if that, you know, 1 in 1,000 chance, or probably more than that, 1 in 50,000, whatever chance you win a car, like that's a big deal. Especially if you get one of the secret rares. I'm assuming you mean the It depends on, are you selling for like a massive loss, Oscar? Because if you're selling for like a massive loss, I wouldn't do it. But if you're like in the profit, or you want it on drop, or if you got it for cheap, selling it for profit and just having a chance for the Aston Martin ultra rare, maybe. Sure, why not? I mean, you could rebuy it. Worst case scenario, like let's say you sold it and you didn't win and you just FOMO'd back into Ben Riley. I think you pay what? Not even 30 gems. You pay like a 20 gem fee if you just buy it back at floor. And who knows? It could go down even more, but before the drop even happens, so you can just rebuy it when the market reopens and get it for cheaper. I don't know. Carlos, last name. I don't know how to say her last name. Best pickup right now. What is the best pickup right now? I'm looking at Ben Riley right now. I think gem for gem, this is probably one of the most volatile NFTs on the market. Just because this thing has the potential to do relatively like a 2.5, a 3x, and still not even get close to its like all-time high for the most part. It could like settle right around here. So volatility, like Ben Riley. Trying to think of like another like pretty volatile one that could like really shoot up. Let me look at Captain America. Deadpool is also another one that could just like really just shoot up. Captain America. Probably looking at like the ultra rare. Not that one. Ultra rare at 520. That was very informative. Thank you. Of course, thank you. Sorry, another question. Do you see Iron Man reaching below 1K before we see MTL going fully live for all users? Chris Arpon. I don't want to catch myself saying the other thing. Not likely. I could definitely see it touching like high, 1000s, meaning 1099 gems, so like basically 1100. I could see it touching that, but going below 1K, unlikely, but honestly it would not surprise me. There could be some people that could list it for below 1K, like 999, but like that would be very few and far between, like maybe one of every 50 to 100 sales, there's like one person that just lists it for below 1K just to get rid of it. But yeah, so Captain America animated. This is another one that could get pretty volatile because we're looking here like this one. In case you guys didn't know, this one's actually animated too, which is pretty cool. It's not FA, but there has been quite a bit of hype around Captain America, and like its all-time high is 2K. But it does have multiple candles around like 1500, 1700, and if we look at it, it's at 520 right now. I mean, this is its absolute bottom. Like I cannot see a scenario where this goes any lower, in my opinion. And like I said, the volatility of it to basically just do a 2 or 3x and still not even get close to its all-time high is there. So I do think Captain America Ultra Rare is like another volatile one, just because it's so heavily discounted, and it's basically almost at a like. I mean, when did this release? Okay, this released in August, so the chart doesn't go back that far. But like this thing is getting damn near approaching an all-time low, like of all time since August. So I don't know what it was selling for before. Store price was 250. So even the people that did buy it, bought it for 250. Box prices and stuff was a bit weird back then. They didn't do blind box as much as we do now, where it's like a flat amount for any rarity. It's a bit different back then. So yeah, Captain America's another one. Deadpool. I think the Deadpool Ultra Rare has got to be below 500 gems now, right? Maybe pushing close to low 400. Holy shit. 300 gems for a Deadpool FA Ultra Rare. This is another one that could be like really volatile. It's not at an all-time low, but it's definitely getting there. And of course, it's had a high of almost 1K. So I'd probably still say, because how much was the Captain America again? 500. So for an extra 200 gems, so basically for 40% more in price, Captain America has had about a double high than this. So gem for gem, probably Captain America might be a better investment, but then again, Deadpool does have the FA, so there is that. And the listings are actually down almost to an all-time low. Let me look back at Captain America again. I'm just gonna put America. America! Fuck yeah! Hope you guys are learning something. I know sometimes I go on tangents and I don't get much interaction or like feedback from chat. So if I'm going on a tangent, or if you guys want me to talk about something else, or just talk about something else in general, like please let me know. So Captain America, ultra rare. And if you guys have literally any questions, like let me know. If you guys, my favorite questions are the ones that are like, I have 1,000 gems, what should I buy? Maybe not right now, just because we're in a gem squeeze, and I would just tell you like, dude, just wait to buy shit, because I think it could keep going down. But yeah, dude, Captain America, listings are on the lower end, like overall, comparatively to like the overall graph. You know, it's no 60 gem or 60 listings, but it's getting on the low end. So, dude, Captain America might not be a bad one to grab either. I think, because thinking about it now, ultra rare Deadpool and uncommon Ben Reilly are basically the same price now, right? They're both 300, but Ben Reilly peaked at 1,100. Deadpool peaked at 900. So slight difference there. But there's a lot of Spider-Mans and not a lot of Deadpools, right? So there is that. There's a lot of different Spider-Mans. I know there's less. Let me look at Deadpool, because Ben Reilly, there's 5,000 whatever of the uncommon Ben Reilly. Yeah, but there's only 3,300 or 3,666 of the Deadpool. So, dude, Deadpool for 300 is absurd. It's really getting there. Like both Captain America and Deadpool are getting to their absolute bottoms, in my opinion. Trade SR Deadpool for Iron Man. What the hell is SR Deadpool? Trade it, so you have to sell one and buy the other, right? Personally, I don't know, dude. Deadpool's had a lot of room to move. And that you're gonna eat a pretty big fee, right? Of like 120 gems or something. So you would have to buy Iron Man at one point, and you have to undercut tier 2, right? Let's just actually just pull up Secret Rare Deadpool on my phone. Where is Deadpool? There he is. Let's get this going. So Secret Rare Deadpool down here, 1.3, 1.5. Yeah, the floor is pretty thin. But that's the thing, right? It's like, if you wanted to sell your Deadpool, you might have to list it for like low 1,200 just to quick sell it, right? If you wanted to get Iron Man right now, you would have to actually sell this for a pretty low amount. In my honest opinion, I would just hold the Deadpool. It's a secret rare. There are a lot of Deadpool fans, just in general. People have talked quite a bit about removing articles of clothing off NFTs. And if there's a Deadpool fan and he has a lot of gems, there's only yours to buy, right? He can only buy yours. I would say only buy yours, but like, if he wants the best NFT or the best Deadpool on the app, it's the secret rare, no question. Now, Iron Man Golden Moment is up there too, but I honestly think, like, let's say 3 months from now, I think the Deadpool secret rare would be harder to buy than an Iron Man 3 months from now. If that helps with your decision making at all. That's just my opinion. I think 3 months from now, or 2 months from now, sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, all right, 2 months from now, three months from now, what's probably a harder thing to buy, or which one would be more expensive? And I think it'd be Deadpool. Like, the lower mints, it's the secret rare. It could run pretty easily because, I mean, the floor is pretty thin for the most part. At least that first 11 is pretty thin. Once we get down here, it actually kind of, it's not too bad either. I will admit, Golden Moments will probably pump first, faster. But Deadpool might lag behind, but it'll probably surpass Iron Man, in my opinion. Plus, I think also just eating an 8.5% fee does kind of suck. So, personally, I would hold it. Got a Todd with Foster Hilt, Escrow, and VVLG today. So excited, fam. Dude, that's awesome, Funky Cold. That's awesome. I wish I wanted to buy a Todd for a while, and I still want to. I just don't have like the gems, or the only thing I could literally sell on my app for profit, I literally only have, I think, maybe a handful of comics. You know, I say all my comics, which isn't that many. And my Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie, which I got on drop. Anything other than that, I'd be selling for a massive loss. So part of me wants to get a Todd, like I do. But even if I sold my Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie plus like 2 or 3 other things for a massive loss, and I got Todd. Like, I don't know how I would do with that. I'd rather just hold the Steamboat Willie at that point. Check Walt, please. Yeah, Jared Souza, I can do that really quick. Just do partners. We can also check on my phone too. Just do both. Check it on both ends. Check the floor as well as the bottom. Walt statue. Let's go. Wow, there's one going for 21. 21.7. It doesn't show it on this list, but it shows it right here. 21.7 for a Walt. That's pretty crazy. So my battery life's pretty low. Whoops. 21.7 for a Walt. Wow. And I was telling people like, dude, just wait. Walt's gonna go cheaper. This is nuts. Walt for 21.7. Let's look at the price action stuff really quick. Yeah, slight pump to 35. Yeah, but 21.7. That is crazy. I really feel bad for some of the other, you know, Rob Stuff, great content creator. He said he bought his at, I think, 42,000, which is rough. Like if he, you know, hindsight, 2020, obviously. But I'm kicking myself too. Obviously, his is on a much bigger scale than mine, but it's just like, God, if I just waited, I could have just got 2 for the same price, right? But I think it's the same song and dance for Walt. Like I mean, he could go down to 1900, or not 1900, 19,000. It could happen. He could break sub 20. I mean, he's already almost there, right? So lowest Walt will go is 15K. Possibly. Yeah, I mean, it's just shy of right here. Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Do I think there's going to be a massive floor at 15? No, but I could definitely see it like a decent little floors forming around 20, 19, 18, and like there could be the occasional person that floors a 16K, right? Or a 17K or a 15K. Like it'd be pretty infrequent, but it could happen. Let's see. You think 007 drop is the chili pepper? Maybe. I do think there could be one more drop on Monday that they can announce on Saturday. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty damn big chili pepper, right? If anyone won that, imagine if you won the secret rare, you won one of the 7 mints, and you got the 7th mint. Like, that's some serious money. I wouldn't even list it. I think I said before, I don't know if it was my last stream, I said it on the Twitter Spaces that, like, if I won the number 7 Ashton Martin secret rare with only 7 mints, because that's the best one. I think the 2 that are going to get the best price are the number 1 and the number 7. Like, those are the 2 that are going to get the best price. But the number 7 is going to get the highest price, right? I think what I would do is do an off-platform auction. I would have Randy Shaw as escrow, and I would live stream the interaction or the auction or whatever, and have Randy do it too or whatever. I don't know how I would approach it, but I would do it probably within the first 7 days of me getting it and just say, hey, next Saturday, I'm going to auction this off app. I can take any combination of OMI, Ethereum, Bitcoin, cash, gems, whatever you want to give me. Cause like you can put it up in the app, right? For, let's say you can put it up in the app for 1 million gems. There's probably someone out there that might want to buy it. Maybe not a million gems. Let's just say 250,000, 250,000. There's someone out there that probably might buy it for $250,000, but they don't have it all in VV gems. They might have it, you know, they might give you 100K in OMI, 50K in gems, and then 50K or 75K in cash or whatever it is, or via, you know, PayPal or whatever. Like they could do different ways. Like that, in my opinion, that's the best way to maximize the total amount you're going to get from it, instead of just putting it up on the app for 200,000 or whatever, right? So, and Randy is someone I would trust with something that expensive, to be quite honest. Zukaverse, yeah. I don't know what you're laughing at. You laughing at me? What do you think of scooping up secret rare comics? Scooping up, I would not just scoop up the cheap ones just because they're cheap. Even if we look here at, if you're trying to do it for like master collector points, I wouldn't do it. Even then, like whether for profit or master collector points, I probably still wouldn't do it. So let me show you something really quick. Let's see. Let's pull this over. So we got Veve's set list here. This is what tells me or other people that what's the best thing to get gem for gem master collector points. As you can tell, like scooping up, it's still not even the best. So even though vote Loki number 1 is 240 gems, secret rare, it's still not as good as just picking up rares or uncommons or even ultra rares of other things. Like just for master collector points, it's not great. For money, like why would you get a 300 gem Loki when you can get Ben Reilly, which has history of going up to 1100 gems at one point, or buying ultra rare Deadpool, which has history of going up to 900 gems at one point. Like that's what I would rather invest in instead of buying secret rare comics. Like personally, like that's the same price, right? I mean, it's an extra 50 gems, but like I would not suggest, you know, not financial advice, but I would not suggest just scooping up secret rares just because they're secret rares. Like it's the, you know, it's a secret rare of the lowest tier comic that currently exists on the platform. It's not good for master collector points, and it's not good for profit because I'd rather just spend the extra 60 gems to get a Ben Reilly that actually has history doing some crazy stuff, you know, or Captain America, or a or a Daisy, or a mini lenticular card, or literally anything else for 300 gems. So let's see. Olive, do you find that 10% withdrawal fee ridiculous? Not really. You know, if you compare it to other platforms, I'm sure there's other NFT platforms where there's like a smaller fee or this or that, but I think 10% is fine. I don't have a lot of experience selling stuff on eBay or other platforms, but from what I've heard, the fees on those other platforms like Etsy, I mean, they had in the article, right? Like eBay and Etsy take out more than 10% overall. They even charge you like per listing if you do put up a listing of like a thing you want to sell or whatever. And plus, like, this is kind of the, not necessarily like reward, but this is cool. Did I actually play through the whole playlist? Holy crap. Yeah, let's go for it again. But yeah, I mean, like, but there's not a lot of platforms that currently exist where, you know, you can buy, I think I need to refresh this. This thing is just getting super laggy. Plus I probably need to do this stuff. Give me a sec. Yeah, this is definitely it. Refresh this. But yeah, it's not too often though. There's projects out there that currently exist where you can, gosh, I gotta relog. No wonder it was being weird. Give me a sec, guys. But there's not that many platforms out there where you can basically invest very little money and end up 2 to 3 to 4xing your money, right? There's not that many platforms out there that currently do it. So I'm okay with paying. Why is this so laggy? Holy hell. So I'm fine with 10% fee. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Cool. Lowest swap will go is 15K. I think I read that. Daniel Jovic, thoughts on Captain Carter? Lots of potential. Likely in Doctor Strange number 2, single collectible to make a set. FA, possible future utility as a Marvel Mighty game. True. Let me look it up. I'm not too bullish on it personally. I don't think she's iconic enough of a character. And likely in Doctor Strange 2. So like, unless she's gonna be an absolute like focal point of the movie and in future movies going forward, I just don't see it like really taking off. And even then, for her price point, I think the whole like FA is important. The solo set thing, that's more of a value add, not like a reason to buy it. It's more like if you own it, this is a value add, right? There's infinitely better things to buy than Captain Carter for like a solo set, right? And then likely in Doctor Strange 2, lots of potential. Yeah, I don't know. And that's where maybe my opinion just differs. I could be completely wrong on this. but I just don't see her really taking off. Plus, like the whole Marvel Mighty Hooves, right? Some people are memeing about that. I don't mind it too much. And gamification affects everyone, right? In my opinion, for 225 gems, I'd rather buy 3 Ghost Spiders, in my personal opinion, than Captain Carter. I could sell one off. I could keep one. You know, sell 2 of them. I think it's gonna have more profit. This just got pumped really, really hard because of the FE tag change, and then it kind of pulled down, and now it's really getting sold off. So, I just don't think she's popular enough, to be quite honest. And even if she does get pushed into the next MCU movies and stuff like that, it's, I don't know. That's just my take. I haven't seen. I really need to catch up with a lot of like the new movies, like the Eternals, as well as the newest, not No Way Home, Into the Spider-Verse, whatever the most recent Spider-Man movie is. I still have not seen it. I need to go see it, but I still have not seen it. I know there's a lot of Easter eggs and like characters that appeared at the end, so I would give her like a mid-tier Marvel Mighty like rating, like of where she is. It's not one I would, it's not a bad buy, but it's not one I would go out of my way to buy or like stack or anything like that. And for 225, if you want to buy one, like that's fine. But compared to the other Marvel Mighties, like if you wanted to buy 2 of her, if you're going to buy 2 of her, then why not just get a Green Goblin? Like Green Goblin right now is I think like 500, right? Let me just look up the Mighties in general. Captain Carter and Doctor Doom are pieces I'm watching. Yeah. Is it not pulling up Mighty? I guess I have to add the Y at the end. Yeah, 415 for a Green Goblin. Oof, yeah. Yeah, it's like Ghost Spider. I'd rather just buy 3 Ghost Spiders. Just me personally, because I can sell one off. I think she's going to be more popular as a character than Captain Carter, personally. But again, I could be wrong. I'm not really kept up with all the new shows and movies, and like maybe she's going to be a major focal point of the movies and she's going to get pushed a lot in future movies, but I'm not entirely sure, right? And that's the thing, there's not just one right answer, right? Like any combination of the things we're talking about here, like maybe there's a point where Captain Carter is better than 3 Ghost Spiders. There could be a period of time for a few weeks where like if I sold one of her off, I would get more profit than 3 Ghost Spiders, or vice versa. There's a small period of time where a Ghost Spider could do better, you know. Maybe not Spider-Woman, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing, you know, or Spider-Man, right? You can actually buy at this point like 2 Spider-Mans and a Spider-Woman for the same price as Captain Carter. So yeah, I think she's just kind of really riding off the wave of that FA tag thing. And I mean, she's already immediately returning back to, I won't say immediately, but she's already returning back to lower levels pretty quickly. But that's just my take. Captain Carter was in the What If series, the upcoming movie. Yeah, I thought she was also in the cartoon too. I do know Marvel was having a What If series thing on their platform, or like Marvel, I don't know. I do know there's a What If series that they already done 1 season. Yeah, I just don't know. I think it's just because she's new and she does seem like just a reskinned female version of Captain America, which makes sense. Like, and that's fine. That's just my take, and maybe that's just me like just trying to stick with like the more classic, not even classic, like I said, Ghost Spider's pretty new. But there's no wrong answer, right? It's just, and there's not even like, oh, this one is more right than something else, because at different points certain things are just gonna be better than others. So VV World, thank you so much for the congrats on the 2K subs, dude. I'm stoked. Why is today's Uncanny X-Men SR dropped so low? I'm baffled. A couple of reasons. First off, Bishop is like, even though it's the first appearance of Bishop, he's literally only on the very last page of the comic from what I've heard. He's literally on the last page, so it's not like a full-on comic about him. Two, unless you're like a big X-Men fan like me, you don't really know who Bishop is, and he's definitely a character that shows up occasionally. He's very powerful, but doesn't show up too often in like the X-Men stuff. On top of that, we're in a gem squeeze, so anytime someone wins a secret rare, I mean, I would sell a secret rare. for 250. Because you know what I can get for 250? I can get more ghost spiders. I can pick up almost, or if I just have an extra 20 gems, I can pick up a Daisy Lenticular card. I do think that will do better, you know, or a Ben Riley. I do think those will do better than an SR comic of a first appearance of a character that shows up on the very last panel of, you know, even though X-Men is super popular, it's still, you know, that character is niche relatively in that genre of X-Men. So I hope that kind of answers the question, Oscar Dobson. I mean, that's been the song and dance of like the last like 4 or 5 comic drops. I feel like all the SR comics, Secret Rare comics that have come out like the last like 3 or 4 drops, like they're all below 300 gems. Like they're all super cheap. And I don't think that's going to be the last time we see it either, because I think as Veve ages, as we get more filler comics or ones that don't have any significant first appearances or anything like that, a lot of them will be super cheap. Like there will be some NFTs on the platform, believe it or not, that will actually keep going down in value from here. You know, they might pump up a bit, but like, you know, from a certain point, they could just keep losing value. But yeah. Zukaverse 2K subs, hell yeah. Viker, SR Black Panther, next Grail, looking pretty cheap. I don't know if I put Black Panther in Grail territory. If it is considered a Grail, unfortunately, I probably will put it in like Superman Grail territory, where it's like, it's a well-known character, but it's also going to be one that's going to get sold off like a lot to make room to buy other NFTs. So if Black Panther is a Grail, it's going to be like in the same realm as Superman, where like just tons of people are just going to sell it off. Just so they can make way for new drops or more important things. Like I do like Black Panther is a huge character, don't get me wrong. And I think it's actually, its price is gonna nestle somewhere between SR Captain America, I believe, and I said Superman. Like it's gonna be somewhere in that realm. So as Superman goes up, so will Black Panther. I don't know if Black Panther will like overtake Superman, but it could. But unlikely. But I do think it's a very, very, very high A tier superhero / collectible. But Grail, I think that's saying a bit much. Again, my opinion. And plus we're in the middle of a gem squeeze, so what the shit do I know? Anything could happen after this. AKA Bash, I want to get into making Veve content on YouTube. Any advice, vibes? Find a niche that you're good at or that you're well-rounded with. I would say either find something like for me, it's market analysis, really breaking down numbers, teaching people how to read graphs, you know, understanding the secondary market, IPs and stuff like that. And again, I'm not infallible, or I get shit wrong pretty frequently. And plus we're in a 110% speculative market. Like there's no way to know everything, but all I can do is just what's the best guess, right? I spend a lot of money and a lot of time just analyzing the market, putting my hands in different IPs, and I kind of understand which ones do pretty well. So I would say try and find something that either not a lot of other people are doing, because that's something I noticed. Like when I started my channel 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago, like no one was really doing like market analysis stuff. Like a lot of the Veve OGs weren't really like digging through the market and getting their hands dirty and like trying to flip things and all that stuff, because honestly, a lot, like good for them, but a lot of them just like bought a lot of the NFTs while at box price for months and months and months. They're sitting on fat stacks. Their vault values are all 6 figures plus, probably. You know, high 5 figures, you know, 6 figures plus. You know, they got in early. They bought a lot of stuff. They made some good flips and some good deals, and they don't really need to like dig through the market anymore. They have what they want. They occasionally sell off a Grail or a high tier NFT to kind of play the new drops, but other than that, like they don't really need to dig around in the market to find profit or value or what to buy, right? They don't need to, because they got the old school stuff. So nothing against them, but they're just not in a position where they need to do what I'm doing. So plus I've had experience with dealing with markets like this. I've had experience selling virtual digital assets to other people for significant amounts of money in the past too, as well, and reading charts like this. So I would say try and find a niche where like not a lot of other people are doing stuff, or you make it really, really, really based around community, have fun. Like check out Dino, like that dude. He understands the market. He really likes like Star Wars and stuff, but he doesn't do this kind of granular information, right? But he has a lot of fun. He really builds a community. I would love to have my chat or like my group, and I'll probably occasionally do some gaming stuff, like game stuff, or some fun things we could do occasionally, because it does get a little too granular I would say with a stream for me, because sometimes I do get tired of like crunching numbers and stuff for the most part. But yeah, that, or it's like you make it just super fun. Make it about the community. Find fun ways to do stuff. Dino does an amazing job of that. He seems to be pretty successful doing that, like building a community and stuff. So I would say do one of those two things. Either find a niche that like not a lot of people are doing, or find find a you know, just make it super community based. That's what I'd see. Oh, Dino Lang is here. Of course. That's what I'd say. I got your tweets earlier, dude. Sorry, I'm just like streaming right now. So I put my thing on do not disturb, just because I show my phone screen sometimes and I don't want people to see obviously what I'm talking to or what I'm talking about. Brandon Jacobs, you mean like this, dude? Am I getting egged right now? Oh my God, dude, I'm getting egged. Dude, I'm getting egged right now. That's upsetting. I'm totally coming on your channel. Yeah, dude, do you want to, hold on. Hold on, let me pull up Discord. New emotes, by the way, guys. If you guys want to check those out, new emotes. You just got to be a member to get the emotes. And so the tier 1 gets you the emotes as well as like the member only chat. But if you go to the tier 2, not the end of this stream, next week, at the last 30 minutes of my streams, they are a private stream for members only. So the first, if I did a 2-hour stream, the first hour and a half is for the general public, but then the last 30 minutes of the stream is just for tier 2 members only. And they have my undivided attention. I might bring on some influencers, someone like, if they want to, Sleeping in Comics, Dino, whatever, like kind of field some questions occasionally, or we just don't talk about Veve at all. We just talk about literally anything else. Like that 30 minutes is just for members and we could talk about anything and everything. But you do have my undivided attention. Did you want to hop on, Dino? Is that the question? I thought that you meant I'm coming on your channel, right? Did you mean right now? Because I was pulling up Discord to like get this going. Let me catch up with chat. I'm falling behind because I'm getting egged right now, so I'm falling behind in chat. Let's see. Best pickup around 1,000 gems, says Carlos. I would just wait, dude. Just wait. I think any combination of like lenticular cards. I do think there's a very small moment. Dude, Jerry Clow. Common Gang. Let's go. You trying to get those emotes, aren't you? I feel you. Dude, thank you so much, Jerry, for joining. And I might have to come up with the name. The Vibe Tribe. I can in 5 minutes? Okay, that's perfect. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe, dude. I appreciate it, Jerry. But for 1,000 gems, are you trying to buy? And that's the other thing. Are you trying to stack something? Are you looking for comics? Are you looking for collectibles? Are you looking just for like one big NFT? I would say if you're looking for one big NFT, I think it's pretty greedy, but I think if you wait, you might, if you're going really greedy, I would say you can maybe wait for Iron Man and like within the next week or so, depending on like we get announcements, we get some more MTL information. Like if you're really greedy, I would say Iron Man. Even then I would still wait. I think prices are still just going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper with 1,000 gems. Like I think if you really wanted to milk that 1,000 gems for as much as you want, I think you just wait. I do think there will be a small handful of people, and I'm not saying, okay, Iron Man might not go for 1,000 exactly, but like 1,050, hopefully you have an extra 50 gems. I think some people at some point will floor an Iron Man for 1050 within the next week, potentially, just depending on announcements. And I do think the entire market right now is just hinging on MTL for the most part. So if you want to do that, you can't go wrong with like the lenticular cards, in my personal opinion. If we're talking comics, I'm gonna try and press comics, Sleeping Comics here. For 1,000 gems, I'd probably look at the ultra rares of, we can actually just do this. This is actually probably the easiest way to do it. So we have Veve set list here. The prices might not be 100% accurate. Let's see here. Ultra rare. So for 1,000, Avengers 8, that's pretty close. I think this might actually be able to go down. Avengers 8 is Kang, I believe. The first appearance of Kang. Ultimate Fallout, dude, grabbing an Ultimate Fallout for under a K. Like any of these. Ultimate Fallout, Fantastic Four number 5, Amazing Spider-Man number 1. I don't remember Fantastic Four 13. What is that? What is Fantastic Four 13? What is that? Ultra rare, hopefully. Oh, is this the one that's the first exclusive like Veve art cover? I believe. I could be wrong. Because it's. Let me look it up. I should probably just look it up on my phone. That's probably the better way to do it. I think that's the one that has like the first ever Veve comic cover, correct? I could be wrong because I'm like, I don't remember Fantastic Four 13 being like necessarily special. At least like the comic itself. I could be wrong. It is. Okay, so that's why. I guess technically the rare is, I don't know, it depends on what you do, but this is it right here. So it is the reason why it's the reason why it's so expensive, even though it's not, is because it's the first time that Veve had their first ever like exclusive, that looks terrible, art cover for comics on Veve. And on top of that, it's the first appearance of the Watcher, which is the bald dude that looks like me in the background. So this is the comics, so like ultra rares, like these are all fantastic pickups in my opinion. Fantastic Four, maybe not that, this might be more of a speculative buy, you know, it's like that might appeal more to niche comic collectors that really like Veve exclusive art and they want to buy like the first appearance of like Veve exclusive art. That could be one, but you can't go wrong with the others. Fantastic Four 1, 5, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Daredevil 1. Hell, you can almost buy 2 Daredevil 1s. If you're more of a comic person. Collectibles for under 1,000. Dude, we were just looking at some of the I think at the current price point you can actually buy a ultra rare Captain America and an ultra rare Deadpool for under 1,000 right now, if you're more into like Marvel versus like Disney and stuff. I know I'm probably ridiculously behind on chat, but I really want to answer this dude's question. And I'll just skip around too. Didn't know that Marvel's Mightiest have a cartoon show. My kid was watching earlier, and I was like, "Oh damn, yeah, dude." I didn't know that. Do they look like the Marvel Mighties at all? Captain Carter, Doctor Doom are pieces I'm watching. Home Marvel Mighty series, yeah, I think I read that earlier. Hey Vibes, I got around 300 plus to play with. Was thinking of stacking 3 to 4 common Black Panthers or around 8 to 10 Mr. Fantastic Mighties. They're at 30, I believe. Yeah, with 300 gems, I'd probably lean more towards like the Ghost Spiders, to be honest. I do think those are going to do very well. It sounds like you want to go for a bit more of like a stacking thing, right? I don't think you can go wrong with either of those, but Mr. Fantastic, there's like the Illuminati stuff coming up, so he could get some hype around there. But I do think Ghost Spider might be a better bet. Or actually, let me finish my thought on Captain America. So Captain America at one point, his all-time high was basically 2K. It was very, very brief. But I do think this is probably one of the more volatile NFTs, this along Ben Reilly, because like Ultra Rare Captain America actually hit 2K at one point, and it has some candles around 1,700, 1,800. But now it's like, it's at an absolute bottom, as you can see here. I mean, I already covered this 30 minutes ago. I know there's a lot of new people in here, so kind of wanted to cover this. Like, this is, I don't think Captain America Ultra Rare can go any lower, in my opinion. I know it's not FA, but it is animated. It is Captain America at the end of the day. And then Deadpool. We'll go ahead and pull up Ben Reilly too here in a little bit. Oh yeah, dude, for 300 gems, you could also pick up a Deadpool animated for 300 gems if you just wanted to get one thing, right? Deadpool Ultra Rare actually had an all-time high of about 970. I do think Ben Reilly has more room to move though, in my personal opinion. But like, yeah, like for whoever's asking about the 1,000 gems earlier, like you could pick up some decent ultra rare. Like this is, in my personal opinion, this is where I'm telling people to buy. And some people are saying, oh, should I just buy cheap secret rare comics? Like, don't buy secret rare Loki just because it's 250. Like, I'd rather buy an ultra rare Deadpool because it actually has history of going up to like well over above 750 multiple times. Not just secret rare Loki, secret rare just cause, right? This is Deadpool. We'll look at Ben Reilly too really quick. In the meantime, Captain Carter was in the What If series. Yeah, I read that. Thoughts on Becky Cloonan? Some nice mints available right now. I looked at that earlier. I could pull it up later. Also, do you think we will pump after Aston Martin drop or not really? Leonidas, Yes and no. We might see a slight pump, but if Veve, and I think a typical Veve fashion, I do think they will have an announcement between the two Aston Martin drops. So like after the ultra rare drop, they're going to make an announcement for a drop on Monday, which is the last day of February. And it'll probably be something Black History Month related potentially. But yeah, dude, Ben Riley, I think it's one of the most volatile, if not the most volatile NFT that could like really take off, because people have started catching on like, oh my god, Ben Riley has super low mints, at least like the uncommon and the ultra rare version too. But then this thing peaked at 1100. Of course, that candle's super skinny, but let's just take the average, which is around some of these candles, which is, let's just say 850. That means this thing is almost a third of the price as to where it could go. So if you want to buy one NFT, I do think Ben Riley or ultra rare Deadpool is like really, really good for, 300 if you want to buy one NFT. But if you want to go for stacking, I'd probably favor like Ghost Spider, in my personal opinion. But Black Panther is not bad either. Like, there's no right answer. Like, any of them are good. I just think Mr. Fantastic might take a while because he does have a ton of mints. And I don't know, some people, I do think like the whole Illuminati thing like might be short-lived for Mr. Fantastic. What are your thoughts on Killer Croc? It reached 490 earlier today. I remember it being at 1.2k on average. Should we stack it? Gravematic, I would say no, just because, as I mentioned earlier, there's so many people that bought it. It's such a huge bag for so many people that I don't think you should invest in it, because it's gonna have to work twice as hard as pretty much any NFT to go up. Like, because right now it's actually at 563. But there's so many people that bought it for basically 1,700 gems all the way down to, 600, which is where it's at now, right? So think of it this way. Every time it's going to hit 600 gems, there's probably, so let's say Batman vs. Killer Croc hit 650 tomorrow, whatever, goes up 100 gems. There's going to be a ton of people that bought it for below that, obviously trying to take profit, but there might be people that are willing to sell it all the way up to like 750 just to take a loss just to get gems, because there's so many people I think that have been holding this for a month now that just want profit. They're starving for profit. So anytime Killer Croc is going to get around to like where they were, whether they're too impatient to wait for profit or they're just like, look, I don't care if I'm going to take a 50 gem loss, I just need to get rid of it and I want to invest these 500 gems or 600 gems into a lenticular card or something else. Like, it's just going to fight tooth and nail on the way up. So it's going to go up and down, up and down, and up and down. Like, it's like you're not even fighting like people that want to buy it, but it's like you're going to be fighting the people that are listing it. Like, I'll admit the listings are super low, but that's because I think in February 24th there was the automatic delisting. So all the people that had listings around 1,700 to 1,400 gems got delisted, but who cares, because it's so far away from the floor, it doesn't matter. But even then, I wouldn't stack these personally, just because I think legitimately every 50 gems it goes up, or maybe 100 gems, there's just going to be a flood of people coming in to sell it for a profit or a tiny loss just to get rid of it. So is it going to be profitable? Yes. Is it going to take twice as long as probably another NFT, like a lenticular card or maybe Ben Riley or whatever else instead? Or, I mean, you can also get a common. I'd rather get a common Spider-Man than Batman versus Killer Croc right now. That's just me personally. Even though Batman versus Killer Croc hit 1,700 gems, you can't really, that's just riding off the hype of the drop day, right? First Batman in color. I don't know, who cares? But do you know when? Okay, I'm really behind chat. I'm gonna catch up here. Watch this. Let's fucking go. Eggman, are you on here, Dino? Okay, Dino's on his phone. Let me hit him up. He said 5 minutes, and I definitely took longer than 5 minutes on that rant. So I hope I answered your question, whoever was asking that earlier. What are the top grails in your opinion? Just the top ones. They're all great. If you can afford them, buy them. But if you can't, then it is what it is. Just bought a Daisy and Donald 5522 for 880 gems. Hope I made a good deal. Dude, Aiden, that's a fantastic deal. I do think Donald and the Daisy, if you give them enough months, I would say anywhere between 3 to 4 months, I do think they'll be around the same price as Iron Man and Elsa. Like, I do think they're gonna get that popular, and especially if we get a lot of Disney / like Donald diehards on the app, that'll definitely pump up the value. But the reason why I think Elsa and Iron Man are at the prices where they are is because they've been on the app for 4 months. They've already shaken off all the people that are going to sell for profit, or people that got it on drop and that just want to sell it for profit. you know, basically Donald and Daisy is just rough right now because it's really testing the conviction of all the people that want it like three weeks ago, right? So it will get up to that point. It's just going to take some time because like Elsa has what, 10,000 mints, Iron Man has 12,000 mints, and Donald and Daisy has 13,000 mints. So it will get up there. It's just going to take time, but I think that's a fantastic buy. 5 minutes. Anyway, can you link that membership? I don't know why I can't see the join button. It's not appearing for me. How can I link it? Is there a way I can link it? Don't know how to link it. Maybe I could do it like, I don't know how to link it. You should be able to see it. Do you have like ad blocker on or something? I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. I wish I could help you out, Bash. Like, I don't know how I can link my membership thing. Good evening, G. What's up, Hallow? Brayden, I've got 1,200 gems on the side. Chances are I don't hit this drop tomorrow. Say I don't. What are your free pickups, lenticular cards? Yeah. I already went through a whole tangent of like the 1,000. If you heard my tangent for 1,000 gems, that's the same thing it's going to be for 1,250. Keep 300, stack Ultimate Fallout 4 common. Grab Ultimate Fallout common under 100 gems. Okay. Keep 300. Oh, to play the drop tomorrow. That's smart. Stack Ultimate Fallout 4. Yeah, dude, if they... That's probably something I need to do. Ultimate Fallout 4 at some point. Because that's the one, that's the first appearance of Miles Morales, and Veve already said they're not going to have Miles Morales as a drop in the near future, at least before the end of this month or whatever. But yeah, just all the MCU stuff that's going to be coming out. Miles Morales is definitely going to get pushed. He's basically becoming the new Spider-Man, right? So yeah, I would trust Sleeping Comics thing, and I think that's cool, right? Like I do like, even when you think of like content creators on Veve that talk about the market in different ways, there's a bunch of speculative or just different ways to buy comics, right? I know Sleeping Comics has admitted he's more of a speculative buyer. He's thinking Monica Rambeau is going to do really well in the future. Something Miles Morales is going to do well in the future. So it's like, buy stuff now while it's super cheap before it's like mainstream. So when it does hit mainstream, you already got it at a premium price, right? Or not premium, but you got it at a cheap price, right? But not all comic collectors are like that. Some of them are like, I'm just going to stick with the best ones at the top end. And some people might favor stacking commons versus getting secret rares and ultra rares. So, yeah. How much is Ultimate Fallout common? Let's do Fallout. Rare, ultra rare, common. So this one says it's 100 gems. That's actually not bad. 100 gems for a common, huh? I mean, I'd rather pick up an Ultimate Fallout 4 common than, like, I'm trying to think, like, what's around 100 gems right now? Like, rare Black Panther, or maybe, like, the Spider-Man Marvel Mighty or something. So, Dino, just let me know when you're ready, if you're hanging out in chat and stuff, or if you're gone already, then, you know, so be it. But I got SR Spider-Man 974 on drop. Sell or hold? What should I sell for? No one seems to be buying them at the high price level. Yeah. In my honest opinion, I'll be honest. And of course, I'm always honest. I really think Walt one day will flip Secret Rare Spider-Man. You do have a... I guess that's technically a high mint because there's only 1,000 SR Spider-Mans. One day will come where I do think Secret Rare Spider-Man will flip Walt. What's the price of Secret Rare Spider-Man going right now? And I'm talking, it could take 6 months. It could take 3 years. Like, don't get me wrong, Secret Rare Spider-Man's a huge deal on the app. But at the same time, Walt is just massive. Even though it does have literally over 4 times the mints. I think it's really up there. Brands. Let me look at the Secret Rare Spider-Man. Because Veve's always just going to add more and more and more Spider-Mans. And I don't think because they're adding more Spider-Mans, it's not going to lower the value of the Secret Rare Spider-Man. But at the same time, like, dude, if you could sell Secret Rare Spider-Man and get 2 Waltz for it, I mean, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm looking at the floor right now. What course it's super zoomed in. This is to me personally. Like, please don't take what I'm saying as fact, or like you should go do it or whatever. You know, please run it by someone else. But like, dude, if we look at Secret Rare Spidey, 49K, I don't know what you would have to sell it at for it to sell instantly. Not instantly, but you know, in a timely fashion. Like 45K, 44, something like that. I mean, you have to do a pretty hefty undercut to like get it to sell relatively quickly, I would imagine. But then again, if we look at golden moments, like, I mean, even at post taxes, let's say you sell for 44, you end up with 41K. I mean, you can almost buy 2 wallets, and I do think wallet's going to keep going down in value. I think its absolute bottom will probably be like 16, 17K. But I could see it going into 19 to, you know, hovering around 19, 20 over the next like week or so. I don't know. All 110% speculation, but that's just my take. You know, first off, congrats on getting it on drop. That's awesome. You could hold it forever if you want, but in my honest opinion, if you did find a way to basically sell it and get 2 wallets for it, or at least like a wallet, and like you can get an entire golden moment set. That's just my opinion. I mean, that's hard to say. That's just because I'm just super bullish on Disney and golden moments and the lenticular cards and all that stuff a bit more than Spider-Man or just Marvel in general. But you literally can't go wrong either holding Secret Rare Spider-Man. Like, both are amazing. But I just think the way the market's reacting now, like if you're able to sell a Secret Rare Spider-Man and scoop 2 wallets, like that's big time. That's a big deal. But then again, someone else would be like, dude, are you insane? Secret Rare Spider-Man, that's the crown jewel of the app. It's the most expensive thing. Yeah, for now, but Mickey FE card or ultra rare Black Panther FA? Probably Mickey card, in my opinion, personally. Thanks Sleepin Comics, great advice, love the channel. Yeah, dude, he's fantastic. If you guys have not checked out Sleepin Comics, I assume most of you guys know who he is, but please go check out his channel. Even though he says Sleepin Comics, he does talk a lot about collectibles too. I think he does have quite a few videos of, you know, hey, these are my top 5 picks or top 10 picks for collectibles, or this is stuff that's discounted. So it's not just comics. He talks about other collectibles as well, unlike me, which I almost exclusively talk about collectibles, and I try to pretend like I know what I'm talking about for comics, but usually it's only a small handful that I'm like pretty familiar with. But you know, something like that, like I would love to be able to pick Sleepin Comics brain, because he knows gem for gem the best probably comic on the app to buy is Ultimate Fallout common. I would assume, maybe I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm assuming that's what he means by like, yeah, go buy commons of Ultimate Fallout, like gem for gem, that's the best one to get. So but that's information I don't know, which is why having someone like him is fantastic. Your cap is a good flip. I think so too, Hollow. Your cap, he's at 520 right now. He could really get up there. So yeah, sent a link on my computer. I don't see it. Send a link over, fam. Oh, I don't use, what's it called, the goose thingy or whatever the hell you use. I don't know. I don't use that. I just do it via Discord, if that's okay with you, Dino. Or did you do it via Twitter? Okay, that's something else. Completely unrelated. All right, are you ready? I'm gonna call you. Hope you're ready. I'm just gonna call you. Hopefully this works. Ring, ring, Dino. Yeah, Discord is chill. Yeah, I don't have the other thing. Like, I'm sure I could probably set it up if I wasn't just like lazy and stuff, but let's see. Just bought a Ben Riley. Think you're right. Yo, what's up?
Oh, okay. I couldn't see my face. I didn't have camera on. What's up?
Yo, hopefully this works. Come on, please work with me. All right, I need to change those.
How you guys doing?
Let's go, Dino. I got you on the screen. Let's go.
Am I on the screen? I can't tell because I can only see Discord.
That's fine. Yeah, I got you on the screen.
Okay, sick. Nice, dude. Let's go. Here, I'll mute it so I can see what you guys are doing in the chat and stuff.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna put an egg next to you too, so people know what's up.
Strong to very strong. I'm down.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Thanks for hopping on. Like I said, like, dude, because someone was asking me earlier. I'm like, they're like, hey, I want to start a Veve channel. Do you have any ideas on like what I could do for, you know, on YouTube and stuff? I'm like probably need to do one of two things. I'm like, A, find a niche that not a lot of people are doing, you know, talk about a topic or something about the market or whatever it is. Find a niche that not a lot of people are doing. Or two, you make it like very, very heavily community based. Like do what Dino does, like make an egg gang thing. You stream a lot, you know, it's like you're not getting too granular into like the market details, but you do a very good job of like updates that Veve's doing, what other content creators are talking about. You do a good job of giving credit to other content creators who are like, hey, I didn't come up with this other guy said it, you know, that kind of thing. Make it about the community. So I'm like, do one of the two and you probably can't go wrong, but that's just that's the success I've seen on the platform.
Yeah, I don't know. My channel just evolved. It just started happening, and I just realized I'm just going to play to my strengths. And I think eventually we'll see what happens, right? I mean, I'll play to my strengths. My strength is I've always been a great builder of community around me, and I try to have fun. And I feel like I have a decent amount of financial knowledge to offer. But, you know, Veve is such a new space that it's like, I feel like anyone that says they're a pro is, I think it's a little early, you know? But yeah, I'm newer to the space and I'm just having fun, man. I'm just enjoying my live streams. I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to make it fun. I try to be real too. Like I try not to like be Veve's pet, but at the same time, I don't mind telling them like, hey, this was awesome. Or, hey, this is like a really trash move, you guys. Like, this is actually pretty garbage. You should not do that. You know, and I kind of just try to have fun, you know, like help people out.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Because I mean, that's one thing I do respect about you is like you did, and I've done it too, where like you put Veve on blast when you feel like something is wrong, like with the 007 drops. I didn't read the tweet, to be honest. I remember hearing you talk about it. Oh, yeah. I'll have to look up the tweet. But basically, you were just kind of upset with the drop system and, you know, just the way the drop is played out and stuff. But
I don't really care. Yeah, they can charge whatever they want. They can charge 10,000 for the 007. I couldn't give a rip. You know what I mean? For me, it's about the fact that nobody who's real, like me or you, a tangible person, is going to get it.
Yeah. Also, what do you think about them? Because I looked at the 507 drop. They're taking 90 mints from this 507. Did you see that?
So no, I didn't see that.
So of the secret rare Aston Martin, so of the 514 or whatever, there's only going to be, or 527, there's only going to be 514 or 414. So dang. Basically, Veve's taking away like a fifth of the mints of the Aston Martin secret rare. I mean, they're not taking any of the 7 mint, which is cool, but
yeah. You know what? I wouldn't really put it. You know, it's funny in this case. I would almost side with Veve. I wouldn't put it past MGM that they're taking like 70 of them. Because MGM is greedy AF. They think they're just as good as They think they're just as good as Disney, and I'm like, bro, you ain't even near Disney. Your stuff sells below retail. Like,
yeah. If you look on the app, Brandon Jacobs, they're taking away 90 of the mints. So it's like 507. Then you look and it says there's 417 left, and I'm like, what? Like, why are they taking so many away? So yeah, they took away 90 of the mints.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I think Veve. Here's the thing. You know what? I went for MGM. I was like, you know what? If it wasn't for Veve's credibility, I'd call MGM a rug pull cash grab. That's what this feels like to me. You know what I mean? Because that's what they do, right? They try to get their money up front. But I mean, it's all good. They're gonna do what we want. They're gonna do what they want. It's gonna sell out, you know. And it's like it is what it is, you know. I'm gonna try for it.
Yeah, same. I have 1,400 gems loaded up in my account, so it's like I could try both drops. If I somehow win the ultra rare, you know, I'll probably just sell in the market. To be quite honest, I'll probably just try to get the highest price I can and sell. It's just the static version. Now, if I won one of the secret rares, I'm gonna approach it a bit differently. I don't know what I'm gonna do exactly with that, but if I won one of the 7s, I think I told you before. Maybe you heard me. Yeah. I would auction it off or something like that. But
I don't think we're gonna get any of them. But yeah, but Brandon Jacobs, Dino single-handedly got them to drop Wedmore 007. Yeah, that meme went off a little bit in the comments. Bro, your channel's crushing, man. You're doing a great job. I wish I wouldn't have watched it. You made me so sad. You're like, oh, in March, you're like, you shouldn't buy now. It's going to get worse. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to get worse. I think
it will.
Yeah, everything will recover. Dude, I'm down too. Like, I bought a sorcerer's hat at 4.4K. Like if I just waited, I could have bought 2. Like it's crazy, right? But like everyone's down, everyone's in the negative. Most people are, you know, VV rich but cash poor, right? Like everyone's like, God, I don't want to put in more money, but I should. But like, there's a dip and this and that. Like,
I can't do more cash. I'm already too heavy.
Yeah.
Luckily, my only saving grace is I buy most of my gems off app, and that's the only reason why I'm like in the positive technically, if you count my USD to VV. But yeah, that's the only reason why. Most of my collectibles I'm down on hard.
Are there, just kind of off topic, but are there any shows that you've been meaning to like catch up on that's like related to VV, like a Marvel or Star Wars or Disney or anything like that would like maybe help? Because I was just saying earlier, I'm like, dude, I have not watched Eternals. I have not watched the new Spider-Man. Like, if I knew this information, it would probably actually be helpful, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like those would probably be good shows to watch. Anything Marvel, I've seen both of those. They're both really good. Obviously, the new Spider-Man's incredible. I think. Are you up to date on Star Wars stuff?
Like Book of Boba Fett for the most part. Yeah, I've watched it.
I mean, no, I guess I don't know. I can't think of anything. Oh, you know, the one thing I haven't watched, I guess, is the trailer, right? That everyone keeps talking about for what is it, Doctor Strange 2 or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't. Or I've technically seen that. Yeah, that's more of like
everyone's talking about it. They're like the zombie Spider-Man or zombie Cap is gonna pop off or something. You know, like
I don't know about all that. Like, I don't think it's like, oh my God, there's zombie Spider-Man. Like, everyone buy it. It's just gonna like fly up in price. Unlikely. It might see a small pump, just like with other stuff. But Brandon Jacob says, when Obi-Wan trailer? That too.
Ooh, dude, Obi-Wan's coming May 20th. Obi-Wan series May 20th to Disney Plus. That's gonna be huge, just for my own joy levels, but maybe for VV. Who knows?
Brandon Jacob says, watch it and stream right now together. Which one?
He's talking about Obi-Wan trailer probably, or he's talking about the Multiverse of Madness one maybe.
Yeah, the Multiverse of Madness one. I don't know, like my computer is complete shite, so I would stream it, but it would be like very laggy and probably not be.
I don't think it would work out anyways because I'm behind you a little bit, so like I can't see because I'm in Discord. I'm behind your YouTube stream because they lag it. So it probably wouldn't. I would be reacting at the wrong times.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh no, like what? That's crazy. Like a full
and it's like
10 seconds later.
Yeah.
Like is Dino okay? Like he's sounds like he's having
a little
stroke.
Slow today. He seems.
Yeah. Did you streamed earlier today, right? I think you streamed earlier.
Yeah. I stream every day around 9:30 or 10 a.m. One of those two. Yeah, I do the morning slot. I'm like, man, maybe afternoon slots are popping though. It's kind of fun too. But I kind of like my slot. My daughter takes her nap right then. It just works out, you know?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've been trying different time zones too. Sometimes I try like, I guess what would it be Pacific time? Like I've tried around like 1 p.m. Pacific time, so like right in the afternoon. I've tried like later at night. I haven't done any like morning streams, but it's kind of hard because the majority of people on VV are in the US and stuff like that.
I think I get a lot of listeners. I don't know. I just started doing 10 and it worked out. Like it's doing okay. And then I'll do occasional late night streams when I'm up late and I'm like chilling and I'm just like, let's just, my late night streams get super chill though. I'm just like, I'm usually tired. I'm either like eating. I'm just chilling, man. We go off sometimes on my late nights end up getting crazy sometimes.
Yeah, I saw this stream where I think it was you and some other guy. I think you're like, oh, I never drink, and this was like 3 weeks ago. And I remember I was busy with something else. And I come back to the stream, and you're clearly a few drinks in, I would say. So that was definitely interesting. I think so. Yeah. I could have sworn like
dude, I don't drink, bro. I don't drink. So I was just no, I don't ever drink. So I was just being crazy.
Yeah, maybe being crazy, and the other guy was definitely drinking.
Yeah, dude, I'm just nuts, dude. I'm just a weird person.
Like I said before,
my daughter wants to say hi.
Hi.
Say hi. Say hi. Say hi.
It's like, who's that? Like, Daddy has a brother? Like, who is that?
That's your part. She's like, Dad? Oh my gosh, what are you guys doing, man? What are you predicting, huh? So you have 1,400 gems. Just enough for the drop. Are you cash loading for March then on this dip or what?
No, not cash loading. I just had those gems left. I've actually just been staying convicted and just held those 1,400 gems for a little over a week now. And I'm just like, I'm waiting. And there's a couple times where I could have bought like an Iron Man or bought some like lenticular cards at discount. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to hold because I do think A, things are going to get cheaper. And B, like, you never know what drops are going to come in, like the 007 stuff. It's going to be cool to go for those drops.
Yeah, I wish
So
I would have held more of my gems. I got kind of bullish when they announced 007. I just went in the market,
mhm,
like, because I was like, 007, no one's gonna be able to get this, and
mhm,
I got kind of bullish, and apparently I got bullish too early, and then they announced MTL, and I'm like, great, we're all screwed now for
mhm.
the next like probably 3 months because people are panicking.
Oh yeah, people just totally panic sold this
They're still
this
panic
MTL.
selling. It's
Oh
ridiculous
yeah,
with no date in mind, with no detail. It's basically like a dummy sale right now. I'm like, what is going on?
yeah. And it's funny because like I don't know if you were there in that last AMA in Discord, but like all they did was just rehash all the information that Reese told us. Maybe in like a
Yes.
little bit more detail, but I think because that Discord AMA only had like 4,000 people there, now that it's on Twitter, tens of thousands of people saw it, and so then everyone started panic selling, and I'm just like, what is going on? So that's why I think like prices could continue to drop as long as like the market could recover a little bit, but it's not going to get to the all-time highs like it was in late January, early February, until MTL is fully rolled out, and even then, it would probably take a little bit of time for those prices to go back up. Um,
Yeah, that it kind of sucks because I'm probably going to be left diamond handing just everything I have,
mhm.
which is fine. Like I like the pieces I have. Like I'm totally fine. You know what I mean? And I'm bullish on them. It's just, yeah, I'm definitely going to be stuck. It sucks. I'm not going to be able to because I can't put more cash in. I'm already too heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Like I'm tapped as well. But I do think the market will, obviously it'll recover after MTL, but it might take a little bit longer just because I think people were just like swinging for the fences before MTL. Like we're just like, I'm all in. Like I already put a bunch of money in, or I want a handful of drops and I have a bunch of gems. Like you're just going all in, right? Like it's just play money at that point. But now that like each gem is now tied to like real world value, it's like now people might be a bit more conservative. The prices might go up more steadily rather than just like flying up, and people just like hard FOMOing into like just chasing pumps and stuff. So might happen a little bit less often, but I think the market's gonna recover and do fine. I mean, just give it time. So everyone that's like panicking, just chill. Like my vol value's down like 50% or some shit. Like I'm just chilling right now.
oh yeah, mine's down hecka far too, and I put a ton of cash
Uh
in
huh.
these dips. I put a ton of cash in these dips. Mine's still down, even though but it is what it is. Like I have a lot of GMs. You know what I mean? I got a secret rare Black Panther. I got a lot of golden moments, and I have some other stuff too that I'm hoping to flip. I'm just moving
Mm-hmm.
up to my room so it's quieter.
No worries.
Yeah, and I had a bunch of stuff I was hoping to flip, and it just isn't going to happen, and
Mm.
so it's not going to happen for a while. And I have a good stack of comics comics are holding, except for those common ones dropping at what, $7 today.
Yeah, the most recent common comics, or just the most recent comics in general, are just getting completely just suplexed on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Let me switch to my mic.
Yeah, you sound a bit different, but I'm gonna just answer a quick question from chat. Carlos is asking how much do you think number 41 Spider-Man SR would sell for? Asking for a friend. I have no idea. Just look at the prices for the other low mints, and then if that is the actual lowest mint SR Spider-Man, I'm sure you could ask for like a super premium. And then someone asked, what's the max gems you can buy within a day? How much is that? I think it's 3 purchases of a max, right? I thought someone said like you can buy up to 500, 600.
I've heard like 500 or 600. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you.
I've heard like 500 or 600 ish. But I don't know. I think I bought more, so I'm not really sure why I hear that all the time. I don't buy gems in app, so
Yeah, same. I did it once or twice, but I've never like maxed out the amount, so I don't know what the max amount is.
I mean, I know on Disney, on Star Wars drop day for golden moments, I mean, I put like $1,000 in, I think, and I did it pretty quick, instantly, because I bought both Star Wars NFTs that day. I bought C-3PO and R2, and that was my biggest buy. I think I put like $1,000 or $1,500 in that day, and I put it in back to back. So I don't know, but I don't buy any gems in app anymore, so I'm not the right person to ask.
Yeah. So when you originally did it, did you have to do multiple transactions, like 500, 500? It wouldn't let you do 1,000 straight up, or would it let you?
I think I ended up doing multiple just because I bought them, at 2 separate times. So I just put the
Okay.
gems in for each one that I needed, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's been so long. It was a few months ago. So yeah, I mean, I still have those pieces,
And then Krusty Krab Pizza says, do you think everything is going to dip further? Yes. I've been saying that for the last week and a half. I think
it kind of seems like it might, huh?
I think everything is sadly just revolving around MTL, because every time there's like an MTL hint or an announcement or an article or anything like that, market just dips really hard. And pretty much any big name IPs between now and then is just going to dip the market even more, right? I do think, golden moments and lenticular cards and maybe some of the FA like DC stuff and Marvel might go up a bit, but like it's not going to take off. Like it might go up 10-20%. People are going to start taking profit because people right now are just starving for profitable NFTs to sell. And then it's going to go right back down. So until we kind of shake off all the people that are just here for profit, or people that are looking to cash out, it's, it could take a few weeks or months or, whatever NFT is like fully out. But yeah, that was Krusty Krab's question. What do you guys think of the mint size of Amazing Fantasy 15 when it drops super high because of popularity? I'm not sure. I would assume Veve would have that be a high mint. Amazing Fantasy is the first appearance of Spider-Man, which is like the crown jewel of all comics. Is
that out?
No, it's not out. So the Spider-Man that we see is like the first series of Spider-Man. So like Amazing Spider-Man #1, that's just like the first start of like a really big series with Spider-Man. But the actual FA of Spider-Man is Amazing Fantasy #15, which is like the most valuable comic like in existence, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but
it will be huge. I mean, it will be 60,000 at least mint.
Yeah, I think it'll be 60,000 because it's just gonna be so big. Like making that limited would upset, I think, a lot of people. Which is why the low mint ones are kind of meh for the most part. Like
they make them not good pieces people don't want. Yeah,
I think they were just testing it. Cravax Gaming, MTL's not even out. Prepare for another 20-30% drop when a due date is official. That's what I'm thinking too. I don't know about I'm sure some NFTs will drop 20-30%, but I don't see Grails doing that. Like I don't see R2D2 go like, I don't know where it's at right now, but let's say it's at $6,000. I don't see it dropping down to $4,000 or something like that. But actually,
I doubt he's at $6,000, man. People are panicking right now. My gosh.
Yeah, where's he at right now?
I don't know. Let me pull him up. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pulling him up too.
Yeah, let's look.
So he's at 5.2 right now, at least according to ecomi Wiki. Maybe the floor has moved since then. But
no, he's at 5 right now.
Yeah, he's at 5. So I don't know, dude. Just the uncertainty in the market is just kind of crazy right now, I mean,
Partner's at 20K.
Yeah. There was one at 20K or 21 earlier, which is
dude, it's
nuts.
Like it's just insane. Like that's absolutely ludicrous. It's like it's just. I mean, Mickey had his 2.7. I don't know how it's holding up.
Neither do I. I would sell it if I was not down 1,600 gems. If I did sell it right now, or else I would sell it, but I can't. The only thing
I bought an Iron Man the other day. Don't feel bad.
Yeah. What would you buy it for?
Oh, too much. I bought it right before they started pumping a little bit into the 2000s, and then immediately dipped back down. And I was gonna try to trade it. I bought it. I thought the 007 might end it. It was a bad move. I think I bought it for 1,700.
Nah, that's fine.
It's chilling. It's like it. It's all good.
Like I'm down. Like I bought Donald and Daisy at 1,900. Now it's like 50% off. Like so many NFTs. I'm like, God, if I just, hindsight's 2020, but it's like, God, if I waited, I could have got 2 sorcerer hats for 4,400. And if I waited on Donald and Daisy, I could have got 2 Donald and Daisies for 1,900. Like for these prices.
Isn't it easy to give advice and not to take it? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. Like that's why I'm saying, like, you know what? I'm not going to make the same mistake. Like there's a gem squeeze happening right now. MTL's not out yet. Like I'm just going to wait. Just wait. So with the few gems I do have, and plus like 1,400 gems isn't going to make or break my future, but it's just like, all right, if I'm gonna try and squeeze as much value as I can out of it, like I'm just gonna wait. And if I'm trying to get, let's say, Iron Man for 1K, but like he doesn't get to that point and he runs away, my fallback is lenticular cards, and if those run away, my fallback is Ben Riley plus this. Like I have an A, B, and C plan, laid out in case certain things start pumping out of my reach before it starts really taking off.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really like my collection. I'm not stressing. Yeah. I was actually I was on Rob's stream. I like to jump on Rob's too. I like to jump on other people's streams and just hang out. You get to meet all their subs. And I was on there, and it's so funny. Rob ended up like Gale popping on, My Collectibles, me,
the Gale
Kobe. Yeah, the Gale hopped on
really?
for a minute.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to meet him. And we were just chatting, and as I was thinking out loud, I'm going to make a video on this. You know, the two biggest catalysts, I mean, MTL will bring validity to the project that we need, right? Just like, but the two biggest catalysts for mooning our NFTs is Omi to NFT and the Viviverse. And I really started thinking about the Viviverse, and I was like, if the Viviverse becomes, if the world becomes Ready Player One, right? Like it is, like, in which we think it will probably get there eventually, right? If that is what it is, and the Viviverse is playing a part in this at some level, the rich people are going to want a Superman to put in their living room. The rich people are going to want the first Iron Man. The rich people are going to want the Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. They're going to want the partners. They're going to want the Todd. Because if our life is in this metaverse, in this world, right? And so there's almost like this second, like this far out bull case of like, 10, 20, 30 years from now. Whereas like if we're still holding these NFTs and everything becomes what it should be, and you know me, if you watch my channel at all, I'm by no means the moon boy, right? I'm always the guy that's like, this stuff could go to zero. Be careful out there, kids. All right, smash some eggs. I'm like, I don't mind saying the crap, the negative stuff, but the Viviverse could be the biggest thing ever. Who knows?
I think so. I think that's honestly going to be a thing that could really make certain channels just explode. Because, like, yeah, I'm talking Vivi right now, but it's like, imagine Viviverse comes out and then it gets mass adopted like 5 years from now. And then, like, now the channel could go out to, like, all right, now I'm doing stuff with members. Now I'm actually playing games. Now I can actually cover Viviverse related content, whether there's gamification or whatever it is. Like, I think that really just now it turns into a like, instead of just like a speculative market like cryptocurrency / NFT like channel, now it becomes like a community based thing where it's like now it's about gaming. Now it's about what's it called? I'm trying to remember, like, those people just like record their lives, like their day-to-day life. I forgot that there's like a term for
vlogs.
Yeah, vlogs, stuff like that. Like you could, like that becomes all of that. Once the Viviverse like really opens up, right? It's a community-based thing. It can really open up. So, it said Vivi just posted on Twitter. So
I heard they posted. I think it was the Bond cars. Someone was saying that they confirmed drivability, I think.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of assumed, in my opinion. When I saw
it was assumed, but everything's assumed until VV tweets it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at least that's what I think. Oh, look, yeah, VV literally posted a video of the car driven. Oh, it's a remote control car. They're showing it.
Yeah. Okay, the wheels are turning. That's the. Okay, that's sick. God, who recorded this? This is such a shaky camera. It's not getting it in there,
All right, I probably caused echo. My audio went to I pulled up my phone and it tried to connect the audio, so it put echo on the screen. Sorry, guys, if it echoed for you for a second.
No worries. It sounds like I probably should set up the, what's it called? What's that program you use to like get people on?
StreamYard. Yeah, you can do a free version if you're hosting guests. You can do a free version. Okay. Because you usually stream right through YouTube, right? Yeah, so you put a Discord call in. Yeah, StreamYard's pretty convenient. I don't know how to host guests if it's not on. You probably can't. Can you not host guests? You have to do through Discord, right?
I mean, I think so. I mean, I'm doing it now, right? They're hosting guests. What do you mean? Like have like a thing where I can just send out a link and like people join?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean like I can't see your face. So the one thing with this, like I don't feel like I'm talking to you. So I'm kind of like.
Oh, I can. If that helps, hold on one second.
Now I see my face. Nice.
Why is
now I see.
I think it's because my camera is getting used by OBS. So
the nice thing too about StreamYard too is you can put comments on the screen, and you can so you can put comments on the screen. You can actually stream in multiple places too. Like I could stream on like Twitch, YouTube, Twitter all at the same time. Apparently, like it's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, you can like restream to other platforms. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's no stress. I mean, dude, I'm not stressing. Like it's chilling. I just said I'd come on and say hi. Let's say what's up to the fam, the VV Vibes fam. You just started membership too. Congrats, bro.
Yeah. So I'm kind of eating right now. I'm trying to snack a little bit after this long stream.
Don't stress. I'll look at the comments and say hi to someone. Zach says StreamYard is dope, brah. Trust. Let's go. They said Brandon Jacobs says they just tweeted. I saw that. Welcome to the blockchain life. From 5,000, 20% is only 1,000. I can see it hitting 4,000. What are you talking about? Maybe your vault value?
Yeah, I could see that. Welcome to the blockchain live. 600 gem cap per transaction, no limit. Okay, so 600 gem limit per transaction, but you can do it as many times as you want. So that kind of get annoying if you're trying to put in 20,000 gems. You know, I can imagine.
Oh
that.
yeah, and that's the beauty of OMI to NFT, right? OMI to NFT is like ETH whales, easy access, move of money. Carlos, the egg symbolizes my giant bald head, fam. And it's kind of the branding of the channel. It just kind of took over, you know. The eggs we egg streams, we spam eggs. The theming is eggs. Maybe I'll do an egg NFT. Maybe I'll do egg merch in the future. We're just gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna watch our vault values plummet into the ground and make some eggs.
I thought about doing some t-shirt merch too. We should do one. You should do a shirt that has like an egg cracking. It should say like "Let's break some eggs," and there's like gems coming out of the cracked egg or something like that.
Oh, dude,
something
strong.
like that. That'd be kind of cool. I've been thinking about. I was thinking about doing t-shirt merch where it's just like very simple terms that people understand if they're from Veve, like gem squeeze. I'm trying to think of like what else? I was gonna do one that just says "market open" and that's it, because everyone's always like "market open," like the market's open, and that's all it says. It's just "market open." I was thinking about putting a logo of like the market like closed picture, but it says like.
Dude, that's cool. Good ideas. That's kind of like what Cavell did a little. Well, he just did Veve logo, right?
Yeah, he was like licensed through Veve to like sell their stuff, but I don't think he's doing it anymore. Like I went on some of his recent streams and videos, and there's like no link there to like buy Veve merch, and like. I noticed his most recent videos are kind of promoting his like Patreon group. He's like, "Oh, join my group to, you know, learn more about me."
Yeah, he has like a private Discord group that he runs.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if he's still selling Veve merch, or at least if he is, like, I couldn't.
We
find
probably
any
should
links.
make some merch, huh? They make it really easy on YouTube when you hit 10K subs, but not before. So I probably need to look into another route. I think it'd be fun.
I was thinking about Teespring, which is like they do it for you. I think they take a pretty significant cut of the the commission and stuff. But dude, some other people had good ideas. I was asking like the people, they're like, "Oh, do one that says got Todd," like, "Oh, you got a Todd," like got Todd.
Oh, strong. That's strong.
I'm trying to think of some other ones. I wrote some of them down somewhere, but I can't find them. But
I have a couple ideas. You just made me think of one. I'm going to do some egg themed ones for sure, but you have some great ideas there. I was thinking like I survived MTL.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, just some fun stuff. I probably should work on it. There's probably easy sites. Like you said, what did you say? One that works?
Teespring.
They probably take a ton of percentage, but yeah, I feel like people want merch. You know what I mean? We want to wear what we love. You know what I mean? Like we're all in it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's like, I don't want to focus too much on like graphics or like design. It's like just simple terms that people can wear, or people are another one I had, which was a design that says $10 OMI, but like the zero of the $10 was like connected to the OMI. Like there's a red circle inside that like makes up like the inside of the $10 portion, like the zero of the 10. And then it like talks OMI, so it's like $10 OMI. So people are like, "Oh, what's $10 OMI?" Or like, "What's that?" And then you can kind of talk, or you know, it might look like $1 OMI, maybe, but either way, $1, $10.
I'm literally on Teespring right now. I'm gonna make an account.
Yeah, go for it.
I would rather do it through freaking YouTube, you know, because it's just so much simpler for people. But but you have to wait till you get 10K subs, and I'm like, well, that's gonna be a little bit. Like, I mean, I'm not going viral, you know, so I'm like, I gotta like, you know, start something now. They probably take a massive commish, but they probably make it really easy, like you said, right?
Oh yeah, it's super simple. As far as I know, is like, I'm sure there's a bunch of settings and stuff. I'll probably watch YouTube videos on it. But I've been kind of putting it off, and I'm trying to find more ways to monetize the channel. Not just because obviously I would love to do this full time, but also I want to find ways that I can monetize the channel, but also give value back, whether it's in t-shirts or, you know, obviously memorabilia that people can buy, or like the whole membership thing I got going on. I think I told you where it's like my tier 2 membership is like the first hour and a half of my stream. Like if I did a 2-hour stream, like the first hour and a half is for just the public, but then the last 30 minutes of my stream, it's a member only stream. So at the end of my stream, I'll be like, all right, well, members stick around for the member only stream, build a little bit of FOMO, and then we get to talk about anything. Like they just have my undivided attention for 30 minutes. We can talk about Veve or sports, or we can talk about, hey, I was thinking about making some of these videos. What do you guys think? Or emotes or thumbnails or whatever it is. So,
dude, that's really smart. Maybe I'll do that too, because
yeah, go for it.
I was planning on doing an exclusive call, but you could just add it into your streams. That makes a little more sense. Huh?
All you do is just end your streams. You know, in your case, I don't know how long your streams are. Like they're not that long, aren't they? Like comparatively.
I feel like I typically go an hour, at least an hour usually. Sometimes I'll go longer if it's like vibing, but I feel like I like an hour. I feel like it's palpable, you know?
Yeah. So what you do
is that's just me.
Yeah, so you would just like end your stream at 45 minutes, and like the last 15 minutes would just be for your members only, right? I probably won't do it until I get to like, I don't know, like 10 members at least, because it just feels weird to like be there by myself with like me and like two other people in chat or whatever. But maybe once I get those members up, I'll probably do it that way. And it's not just like, oh, we just hang out. Like I do actually want to get feedback and advice for future content, and they will have like priority notice for like video content updates, or if I did want to update some of the emotes for membership, like they'll have priority into like voting for it or giving me ideas and stuff. So it'll be fun, but certainly making
dude, that's dope.
Yeah, so Palace Zachary said, certainly making some free NFTs for you early supporters to sell in the future once you guys blow up would be way sick. When $10 to gem? Yeah, I like that too.
I love the win. I just love popular culture now and investing. Just WEN, like win cash out, win gem. On my channel, we've been joking about shekels because there's this guy that watches me in Israel, and he donates to me in shekels, and he's a freaking G. And so now I'm a shekel G, dude. I have 60 shekels right now. Like I'm freaking loaded in shekels.
I dig. I did see someone donate to you. I think it was a couple of days ago, and you're like, dude, what is that? And that was when you were doing like crunches and push-ups and stuff, and you're like, dude, like what is that currency? And they're like shekels. You're like, dude, I dig the shekels. Hell yeah. I love the shekels.
Dude, the shekels are taking off right now. He donated again today, and now we're all like shekel gate, shekel the NFT, shekel the gem, like win shekels. Like it's just stupid.
That's just too funny.
Oh my gosh.
Brandon Jacobs was just asking, do you think ever decades down the line with inflation that a gem could be worth more than $1? Maybe $1.25 or $1.50? Maybe. I don't know. It's
I doubt it, because I mean, like Veve just says it backs $1. It's not a gem is not a currency, right? It's a gem is a you are a child's plaything, right? You know, gem is the Toy Story quote. Gem is not a currency.
Yeah. Which is weird though, because when you think about it, even though it's a nothing currency, or like technically it's just play money, like it's monopoly money. But then again, there's also ecomi running in the background that does causing burns. So it's like, how does that work, right?
Dude, it's a total gray area. It's like
I'm like, there's ecomi there's ecomi running in the background now, but maybe that's more. You know what? I think the way it works is like if you buy something, there's technically no burn if you buy something, right? Only when you sell it. So. Maybe that's it. Maybe the burn is tied to the NFTs and not to the gems. So maybe that's how that works. Because if you buy something, you're not charged a tax, right? You just buy whatever the amount is for the most part. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the seller pays the tax, right? So it's like, yeah. Well, I got to run. Fam is coming over. We're going to eat some dinner. We're going to hang with a friend. But, dude, it was just fun hanging out with your people. Hey, thank you to everyone's subscribers here. You guys are awesome. Veve Vibes is great. Smash sub on his channel. Smash like on his channel. He's got a great dome. And thank you for having me, bro. I'll come on anytime I can and just greet the people.
No, please do. Dude, it's awesome having you on. And, we got to get the Dome Bros together more often. So, yeah.
Are you streaming tomorrow for this 007 madness?
Yeah, dude, because what time is that? What time are you streaming? Because I'm down to hop on for a bit and maybe
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I might delay my stream until up to the noon drop, and then I don't know if I could find someone. I kind of wanted to do the noon drop with someone since none of us are going to get it. Like I just felt like it might be kind of fun. Like so I was thinking about Yeah.
No, I said if I have enough gems, I'll definitely join you, because I mean I have enough gems for the drop, but I might just like FOMO into like buying something tonight or like tomorrow, like during the market.
You gotta go for the drop though, because if you land it, you're gonna load the gem.
True.
Like,
true.
Yeah, dude, come on. If you want to come on, let's we'll text afterwards if you want to. Don't worry about thinking about it right now. But I wanted to try to get a couple people to come on. I don't know, just party drops. I never do drop streams, but this one just feels funny, you know?
Yeah, do a little bit of drinking beforehand. At least I would. I would
do it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Put it in a red Solo cup. No one will know, and just drink it on stream.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is Gatorade.
Yeah, I don't think we should. I don't think you should talk. I don't think you should actually drink on stream, right? That's probably not good for the channel. I don't know. Randy Chavez does it.
Oh yeah, if it's your stream, then I won't. Whatever. But
yeah, I don't care. Put it in a red Solo and just drink it.
I'll put it in a Monster.
Yeah, just put it in a whatever. My wife does that when we go to Disneyland, bro. Ultimate hack: never pay for alcohol. Bring your own alcohol in Disneyland.
Ooh, that's a good.
Yeah, we just pour it in a thermos with ice and take it in.
Nice. But you don't drink any of it, right? Because you don't drink.
I don't like drinking. I just don't like the taste.
Maybe you haven't found the right thing.
Dude, that's what everyone says. And I try stuff. My buddy wanted me to drink with him the other day. And I'm like, bro, I'm not paying for alcohol. He goes, I want you to drink with me. I don't want to drink alone. I'll pay for all of it. I'm like, all right, fine. Let's go drink.
That works. But no, it's interesting. And it's funny because when I first watched you, and I know you got to run, so I'll keep this quick. But I remember when you were first talking about like, oh no, I don't drink. Like I totally, I'm just amped all the time. I'm like, yeah, right. Like people say that, but they're always low energy. But like I watch your streams and I see you just go after. I'm like, dude, this guy is not nuts in a bad way, but just like you got so much energy. Like it's just crazy. So
I don't know. I guess it's just how I was wired, how I was made. I'm just like, I just like to have fun, and we're going to talk about money. I'm passionate about money too. And some people like, they think like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, well, I mean, you can think whatever you want. I'm like, I'm just trying to have fun, but we're also trying to make money, right? It's like, you can only talk about making money so much, and it's like, and so,
Gotta have fun occasionally. I think we bring a good balance to each other. Where if I'm on your stream and people have market questions, I can answer it. But like whenever I need to lighten up or I need to get some more eggs on the stream, I'll be sure to bring you on. So appreciate it. Oh
yeah, dude. You're always welcome with me too. So anytime you want, just shoot me a text or I think you have my number too. Shoot me a DM and I'll send you a link.
Yeah, I forgot to give you my number, so I'll text you my number here.
Okay, cool.
So, cool, man. Thanks for hopping on. Take care.
Bye, everyone. Smash like and sub for the guy, man. Let's go.
See ya, Dino. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Dino. If you guys don't know who he is, like, please go check him out. Let me remove this as well as the egg. I did have the egg on his head for a little bit, which is kind of funny. But Dino's an awesome guy. Me and him started, I think I started a little bit before him, so I had some more time. But like, yeah, dude, he's an awesome dude. He's very active in the community. He's definitely good, definitely better than me about bringing updates about VV tweets and stuff like that, like kind of bringing it to the community. So also his videos are much better. They're more like bite-sized and stuff, so it's easier to get information quickly. My videos are like lengthy and talk about the market and just like random stuff, but do have some fun with that. So thanks again, Dino, for coming on. I'll probably be getting off here in like 10 minutes or so, guys. So if you guys have any like burning questions about the market or the drop or literally anything else, like please let me know. In the meantime, Angela Flores, Brandon, it would never happen. It would be NFT that ecomi, similar to 1 Bitcoin, whatever the price is. I think Gem was just a rush currency, so we could be in Apple apps. Probably, I agree with that sentiment. So let's see. Maybe I'll do 10 minutes just because I do want to see the price of stuff at the top of the hour after, and so like basically 7 minutes from now, I'm kind of curious where things are at. But yeah, I might just like glance around on the market in the meantime and just see what the heck people are doing on the market. What's your OMI price prediction long term? I don't know. To be honest, I don't own any OMI. I should probably own some. I think it's because like I knew about Veve before I even knew about OMI when I first started, so I did put a good portion of my money initially into Veve, and now I'm just kind of playing with the money that I've earned since then. But at least as of right now, I just can't put like a bunch of money into the app or OMI right now. I'm kind of just focusing on like the channel and Veve and stuff. So long term, I have no idea, but I do know right now is a fantastic time to buy OMI. So I might just buy like $100 worth of OMI or something just to get some. But I do know some people asked me a while back if they could like donate some OMI or something in the meantime. Who's this, Claudio? I dig it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Look at the post. Yeah, that's a cool setup. I like it. And I do like Batgirl. Batgirl that's probably one of my favorite like DC NFTs. Because all the other like DC NFTs are so like angry and like upset or, you know, ready to fight and stuff, but like Batgirl's like the only one being like fun and like lighthearted and stuff, just taking a selfie, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I was gonna like mess around on the app here really quick. Just look at some random stuff. Where's Storm at? Storm. Uncommon. Chilling at 55 gems. Wait, is there one? Yeah, there's some pretty heavy undercutting going on there. The commons, where are they chilling at? 51. Let me look at an NFT that I would like never normally look at. Let's look at these guys. I don't know. I would never look at these normally. These like ultra rare dragon, these Imperial Lotus dragon things. I normally never look at these, but I'm just kind of curious to like look at the floor and stuff. Okay. I'm still not sure about like the whole, not too familiar with like their market pricing and stuff. The gold one is the ultra rare 440. Interesting. I do like the look of these NFTs. Like I really wish, like, don't get me wrong, I really wish a lot of the independent artist stuff was like more popular or people bought them more and stuff. Like I really want to do it, but like at the end of the day, like Dino said, like I am here to make money, you know, enjoy the community aspect, but at the same time it's like I do feel like anytime there's a big announcement or a gem squeeze, like the independent artists and like the lesser known IPs are the first ones just to get sold off, so you're just stuck holding the bag for that long. Where's the Labracorn at? 240. Oof. Kind of want to look up the Labracorn. Give me a second. See what the heck that's been doing. What's your... Yeah, I don't know the OMI price prediction. I don't own either, but I do believe they care more for OMI since I can't help them provide future money for Veveverse. So think about investing into that. And I second now, good price to buy and forget. Yeah, exactly. And that's something that's actually my brother kind of brought up to me, which is like, now it's actually, you know, OMI's great because, I mean, no matter what drops Veve does in the future, people are going to be burning OMI and using OMI and all that stuff. So it's kind of just not like a foolproof, but it's just like, it's great because no matter what Veve drops, other NFTs will go up and down and switch around, and you know this gem squeeze and that gem squeeze and all that stuff. But like no matter what happens, OMI's just gonna keep burning. It's just gonna keep burning, and the OMI that you do own will just go up in price slowly and steadily over time. So like even if you couldn't care less about NFTs, if you just buy OMI and just wait, like it'll just go up, right? So there's that too as well. The Labracorn is here. Labracorn. Labracorn, please load. There it goes. So I'll be getting off here in like 5 minutes. I do want to just check some prices like at the top of the hour and stuff. Oof, Labracorn at an all-time low. Wow. Is this when it released, or when did this technically release? October 2nd. So yeah, I would say this is an all-time low for Labracorn, which is pretty crazy. It's one of the most, you know, popular of the Labbits, right? Because it's the most unique looking with like the rainbow and stuff. So that's super interesting. Smorkin Labbit, the Visible Labbit, Happy Stash Labbit. Interesting. Helps also provide for other projects too, into stuff like Niantic functions. Yeah, I think so too. Partner statue going for 20K. Yeah, I saw that, Kieran. That's nuts. Let me actually pull it up here on the phone. Let's pull it up here on the phone. Yep, partner's going for 20K. That's the same person that was listing at like 21 something, right? He listed it for 21K. And now he just dropped it down to 20, so yeah, that's nuts. It's just crazy to think that this was going for like 45K a month ago, and now it's already down to 20. Maybe it was a little bit more than a month ago. Let me look at partners really quick. Partners. Yeah, this still hasn't updated. If I give it this literally 2 more minutes, it'll update partners, but I'm just kind of curious to look at the history. Are there any auctions going for? Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, this was so 2 weeks ago. Is this right? What day was this? February 10th. So yeah, a little over 2 weeks ago. Little over 2 weeks ago, partner statue was going for 45K. Now it's less than half the price 2 weeks later. That is crazy to think about. Oof. Big oof. That really sucks. Damn. That really sucks. It is what it is. I mean, that's kind of the risk you run, right? And now at this point, it's gonna really be hard because after MTL, I think that is a game changer. Like, I'm not sure if we're gonna be seeing graphs like this anymore, where massive ups and then massive downs. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Go ahead and give this a quick refresh. When buying gems, can you only buy 600 per day per transaction? Per day or per transaction? That's weird. Does it depend on whether you're like Android or iPhone? Is that the difference? Why does it say per day or per transaction? Why is it some accounts are limited to 600 a day while others are like unlimited? The D&D is 170, so won't sell. D&D. Dawn on Daisy. Right? Is 170, so won't sell. I don't know. Come on, work with me. All right, let's refresh this. Oh. All right, this should have updated by now. Let's look at partners really quick. That's gonna be the determining factor. I appreciate you guys hanging out here. I know things have been a little bit slow, and I've been a little bit slow myself. Been streaming for almost 3.5 hours, so I'm definitely going to be getting off soon. It's still not updated, it seems. Oh, it says 20K now. Okay, so it is updated. So what I want to do here is refresh this because it's still lagging like all hell. Superstar money, superstar Veve vibes. Let's go. Market gonna pump after the car tomorrow. Positive vibes. Yes and no. I'm also realistic too. I do think Veve is going to make an announcement for a drop on Monday between the two drops. Sorry, I missed my previous message. Oh, I won D&D on the drop and bought Lady and the Tramp for 640 yesterday. 700 for 2 golden moments. Surely a good investment. Oh yeah. No, those are fantastic investments. Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and organize this by top gainers. So superstar money, I do think the market will pump soon-ish. I think it's more revolved around MTL. There will be a slight pump. I do think between now and MTL, there will be slight pumps of 15-20% for certain NFTs, but they will get sold off eventually. So I'm positive overall. Like, I'm still holding my NFTs. I'm not freaking out. Congrats on 2K subs. Thank you. I'm down a bunch of gems, but like, I know just if I wait long enough, all the shit I own is going to be profitable. So Tricky Deal Beast Bunny is up 21%. Interesting. So it seems like the things that were already pumping are already going up. So Captain Carter is up 20%. Cthulhu Idol's up 20%. Secret Rare is now finally pushing 1,600 gems, which is nice to see. I remember this, gosh, this was going for like 1.3 at one point. Which is kind of, I do think Black Panther should be doing better, but it's way too early and we're in the middle of a gem squeeze, so it's going to struggle for now. In the meantime, wow, Spider-Woman, sub 40 gems. Interesting, barely though. Ghost Trap is up. Rizzo is actually up. This was down 4K gems yesterday. This was at like 1,400, then it jumped all the way down to 10K, so. Cool. All right, let's look at the top losers. This is really where it's gonna hurt. Okay, partner statue at the top, 15% down, so 4K less. Storm Queen Wakanda down 30 gems, so she's actually below 100 gems now, so she's at 888. Rogers the Musical, Ajax is the rare. I kind of also want to check out Is that Rare Storm just like a missed listing? Nope, it's just down that much. So Ajax is down. This one's like real. I feel like Ajax is like pretty volatile considering she's just like one of the eternal Marvel Mighties, but I do see her price like go up and down like quite a bit. It's crazy to think that she was at 200 gems at one point, but yeah, she's getting sold out pretty hard. I do think she's at pretty much her bottom though. She might go down to 70, but any lower than that, it's just not profitable for people that even go down here. Actually, her price is 60. That is crazy. That can't be right. Let me see. Marvel Mighties, Marvel Mighties. I'll just do Marvel Mighties. Ajax. There she is. Wow, 65, huh? If someone wants to take that and flip it, they can. I would take it, but I'm kind of saving my gems for the drop tomorrow. And I feel like if I buy one of those and flip it, you know, I feel like I would get sidetracked, and all of a sudden I buy 2 or 3 things, then the next thing I know I'm down like 500 gems, and I can't even play the drop tomorrow. So, but yeah, there is an Ajax. There was one for 60 apparently, but the next highest was 65, and then the next one is 75. Harley Quinn down 20. Torch Dragon down 20%. Interesting. Lumpy Space Princess. Someone brought up Lumpy Space Princess earlier. Cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off. That's kind of it for the market. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and any new members that have joined the group, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think as we get more members, I'll definitely be doing more intricate things with like the streams as well as just the content in general, and probably do more exclusive content for members as we kind of build that up. So let's see. AKA Bashwell, because I know sending gems from one account to another is 1 per day. Because I was going for the drop, but I don't have enough gems. Still hoping I'll get the screen that says add more gems. Yeah, we'll see. I think so too. Invest everything in Elsa with Brandon Jacobs. I guess what I'm asking is, like, can you put more than 1,000 gems per day? I think so. Like, if you're buying gems off just the just gems, just straight up off of like the Android, or I guess like Google Play market, or like the iOS market or whatever, I think you can do it unlimited times. But if you're transferring gems, maybe not 100% sure, to be honest. We'll look at Elsa just because Esla. Look at Elsa real quick just because of Brandon Jacobs, but I'm going to take off. But Ken Penguin, thank you so much. Elsa, yeah, she's at $2,000. Now's a perfect time to buy her. It's a fantastic time to buy, honestly, most of the golden moments right now, to be honest. And she does have a little bit more room to move if she really wanted to. All it takes is a couple announcements worthy of a gem squeeze or just a huge dip, and you know, it could happen. So all right, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Please be safe, and octuple, triple, double check all of your listings before you post them. So please take care, be safe, and I'll catch you guys later.